Awesome. Awesome possum. Are we live? Yes. We are live. Look at this. On time. We're on time here, Ryan Middleton.
We are on time.
Always right on time. I'll tell you who isn't right on time. He has a valid excuse.
I mean, that's at least the excuse he's running with, right?
I mean, whether or not his son actually busted his head open or not, you got to respect that. Like, if your son's got a mini concussion, you're allowed to be late for a 9 a.m. engagement. It is early.
I mean, this is the life, man. This is the life. It's fight week. It's time to get here he is. The Death Star walks in the room.
That was perfect timing. We were just talking smack.
I got my shirt and everything. Sweet.
We got your shirt. We fully expect you to change into that, by the way.
For real?
I mean, if you want to sell the shirt, you got to be wearing the shirt.
I was going to do a little something special.
Oh, he's saving the shirt for later.
Yeah, you know.
Tell you what, we're not saving for later, Khama. We got you for being the first guest in studio. We got something super special for you.
This is actually nice. I like
Dude,
it.
you like this?
Yeah.
I like how he said actually nice, like he wasn't expecting it to
I'm
be
going to go a little closer. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need it.
There we go.
You know what? We don't have the lights on.
Oh, we're so rookie, man. We're still learning. We're still rookie.
Ryan told me he spent like $8,000 on his table.
I think he did.
I mean, I said it weighed 8,000
$1
billion pounds.
$1 for every pound that it weighs. That's about right, dude. So, Khama, being the first guest, Ryan knows you better than anybody, and he put together a gift basket for you.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to hand it to you live on air.
Oh, man.
This is the Khama Worthy Spectacular.
Oh, boy. Let's see what's in this.
Since I know you so well and how much you love coffee.
Yeah,
right?
I just bullshit. I'm like, coffee? What the hell? Where's the Red Bulls out? I know damn coffee. That's Nicole's gift basket.
All right. So check it out for real, Khama. You know we're not going to leave you hanging. Being the first guest. Now we got things that I think you actually enjoy.
Okay. Liquid IVs. Magnums. No.
You got too many kids for that.
That's a wrap. Let's see, we got peanuts. What is that?
You can open
Red Bull. Yeah. That's what I actually like. 247. Clothing. What is that? Cookies. Sour Patch Kids. Oh, yeah. That's the joint. We'll need to show everybody else. Let's see.
There you go.
Coffee cakes, hell yeah!
See, he hates coffee but loves coffee cakes, so that's interesting.
That's the get up right there.
Is there Axe deodorant in there?
You like small bags of peanuts, right?
I mean, yeah. Is this a dirty joke? Insert it in there.
No, we messaged Nicole yesterday and we're like, "Hey, give us things. We're gonna make a gift bag."
And she said small bags of peanuts.
She literally said small bags. So, how's his audio? I mean, the point of a microphone is to talk into it.
All right, I'm trying to.
He's too chill. He's all laid back in it. I like it.
Look at this. Yeah, I'll be
that's how you look.
This is my Khama impression.
I mean, that's why we got these mics that can move.
They can stretch out. These are nice. These are nice mics.
Although he's totally off the screen on
Am I?
Yeah. We got to get rid of this. Let's get rid of the gift bag.
All right, we'll move you back out.
This is a nice table, though.
It really is. It's worth the $8,000, I think.
Jeez.
It wasn't $8,000. It was $79.95.
That's a lie.
No.
Yeah, I know this table. I can look at this table right now.
$7,995.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
No, it was custom made. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I like
turn
it.
my light on. Oh,
there you go.
Sweet.
Now we just need Khama's.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't see it. That's going to be, sorry, Khama. Yours isn't all lit up. Maybe Ryan will get it. But
I don't want to look like I'm
trying to
taking advantage of you.
Whoa.
Nice. Cut that. Dylan, you gotta cut
that. His light's red because of that. Oh, stop.
That was beautiful.
Come on, guys.
Dude, especially into these mics, it sounded so good. It was so slurpy.
You just said it sounded so good.
Oh my god!
My goal, above all else, literally was just to get Khama to laugh, so that everybody could know he has the best laugh that you'll ever hear in your life. Like,
all I hope so. I think my laugh irritated.
A hearty,
It's like-
Khama Worthy chuckle just is perfect.
Oh man.
So you're 3 weeks away, bro.
Yeah, a little over 3 weeks. The weight's good. I didn't really put back on weight. The body's, holding itself together with like bubble gum and and super glue. But training's on good. I trained yesterday, been training a lot, doing a lot of training. Me and Devontae have been working, he's been coming down, I've been going back and forth, still doing that. So still get my same stuff in and stuff. So
Cool.
Same old.
Still going to what's that reach? What's it called up here?
So
I
go to Fountain Life.
Okay.
And then I go to Restore Upper St. Clair.
Restore,
that's I actually haven't been up there. I'm actually going to go there today. I've been like, I've had multiple times I was supposed to go. I've been so busy. I've had like multiple times I was supposed to go there. I just didn't get around. Those kill people.
Oh, yeah.
The bangs. Those are so bad for you.
Yeah.
Red Bulls are good. Bangs kill people. Yeah. There's like 5 Red Bull in that.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that Red Bull's the worst.
No. That bangs have so much more caffeine in it.
Sweet. That's what I want.
No, then you're like twitching and shit. And your eyes, it gets bad.
I do that anyway.
I know you're fucking. I know you're already messed up right now. The last thing you want to do is add more caffeine.
It's fight week. Yeah, you got Craig coming in. You got Jake. Jake's getting ready.
Y'all just put that together late as heck too. The Jake fight.
Was it that late? It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know. I was
late-ish.
Like, I was like, oh, I didn't think he was fighting. Jake like, no, I got a contract already. I'm like, oh, you're fighting. Okay.
He's like actually fighting.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that was fast.
You know how regional MMA is. Like sometimes it's hard to get.
Oh, who you telling?
We could probably get one more fight right now. Like put one more. It's always this late notice. Like fight week, why not? You got to weigh in Friday. Let's
waiting to see how many people like don't sweat weighing and stuff.
We've been pretty lucky, man.
You know how it is.
I mean, we've had one here and there, but like we haven't had cards like that totally fell apart on fight day. Which knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean that's a common thing, especially when you have people like for their first fight or second fight. They're like, yeah, I'm good. No need to do that.
You had a temptation to get into the promoting business.
Never.
I mean, you were asked to buy a promotion, right?
There's no way. I hate fighters. Like, like I know how they're all freaking prima donna. My elbow. I don't got time for that shit. Like my promotion would have 2 fights every year. I go, you know what? You're off the show. You're off the show. Like I mean, how many times people like, no, I'm not fighting that guy.
Did you just mute yourself?
Yeah, I mean,
that was awesome.
I'm trying to like not be as bad.
Hey,
some kids might be watching.
We expected like the.
Oh no, I'll say motherfucker now.
Okay.
I'm trying to mute it. Yeah, you asked for it.
Yeah, we this one, like, guys.
I told people
this is Khama uncensored.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm about to flash people.
Hide your kids.
Hide the wives.
Your wives.
The kids.
But yeah, more importantly.
But you and I have talked about this numerous times about like just the fight game and how interesting it is but you would have no interest. Like there's a lot of fighters getting into promoting. Like what makes that of no interest to you?
I hate fighters.
Yeah.
I think I'm joking. Like I like fighters in the sense of like when they're getting ready for fighters, but fighters are the most selfish, inconsiderate, jackass. Like there's just because you almost have to be a fighter. You have to be very selfish. You have to be really. It's all about me. Because if you're not, like you're kind of like, when you're the team aspect is good, but like, and then like now it's social media. Like I be telling the guys, like it's so bad with social media because people. Like they just don't want to become a meme or something, or they don't want to get somebody's highlight reel. I'm like, who gives a fuck? But like that's all they care about now. So like, no, I'm not gonna fight that guy. Oh man, that guy. Oh, he hits people. Oh no, is there a guy that's like 2 pounds, like 2 weight classes below me, but doesn't want to cut weight and like maybe get it straight off the couch? Maybe you can get that guy for me. Or like, wait, how about that?
You know
guy?
that
Like, I know that's what they say. I'm like, hey, no, that guy's too much. No, that guy's. Ooh, he hurts people.
They actually don't say that to us. So they literally like when they don't like I have no problem of guys saying like, don't really like that matchup. Like, can you find me something different? Like, I'm cool with that. That's cool. Most of the time, they either ghost you, like they never say like.
They never admit the reason.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
They
not
beat
even
around
just
it.
on
Say
the
you don't
local
like the
scene.
bout.
That's like everywhere. Like you go to the UFC and
Yeah.
the guys are like, oh, I'm not fighting that guy.
Yeah.
No, like, man, like, no, yeah, man. Like, I don't, his foot's ugly. What the fuck does that make? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Like what do you mean his foot's ugly? Like, but they'll just make up all kind of shit just to like not. But it's a business, and that's just the way it is.
What advice? Like, so you got these young fighters. Like, I don't know how much you mentor, these young guys, like Craig and stuff like that. But like, if you could give advice to some of these young guys, like what kind of advice? What kind of advice would you spot them?
When you die, no one's gonna remember who you are. So let's put some effort into making people remember you. Or you want like I just kind of really tell them like you're going to die at some point. So don't overthink about maybe you're going to die in this, because that can happen when you think about fighting people. Like if you really let the anxiety, people don't talk about the anxiety that comes along with fighting, and it's a horrifying feeling when you're like, damn, I'm about to get my ass beat. You be sitting there like, nah, I ain't fighting that guy. Let me get a guy who's maybe not gonna beat my ass. Like, yeah, that's human nature. So I just try to tell him like, yo, you're gonna die. No one's gonna remember you. So like, have some fun.
How do you deal with that? Do you think like
I smoke a lot of weed?
Okay, so that's the easy.
I really don't smoke any weed.
I didn't think you smoked at all.
I don't. Everyone gets telling me I should start.
Not until 10.
Yeah.
Does it help though if you think like the other guy probably feels the same way?
Yeah. I mean, like, no matter how fake they try to act like they don't, everyone's like thinking like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is like every fight I've ever been in. As I'm walking out to the cage, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing this for? Like every time, and literally every time I'm walking out to the cage, I'm always like, why am I doing this? And then they have to kick in. Then you understand. But like it's not natural to want to do that over and over again.
Yeah. It's really insightful to say, like, when you mentor these young guys, do something that leaves a legacy. I like that mentality. But when did that click for you? Did you feel that way your whole fighting career, or was this a more recent?
Yeah. I mean, like, it was, again, the sport was so different. I was talking to this young kid last night, and he's about to start training at the gym, and he's just talking, yeah, well, I need to make this money. I got to do this. I'm like, dog, don't think that way. And it sucks being a business owner, because I normally be like, yes, for $249, you can do unlimited, and you will be a UFC fighter in 6 months. Like, but that's cheesy as fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's 8 months. Yeah. I like telling the truth. I'm like, dude, like, this might take you 10 years. And he's talking about stuff now. I'm like, dude, I started fighting 14 years ago. I'm like, you know how different of the world? There was no Google. There was no YouTube. Like, that was all before. Like, that was all before. Like, that's insane. Like, that's when I started fighting stuff. So I'm like, you have to realize, like, I was joking around. And I'm like, the time you start fighting, there'll be like space people here and shit. Like, I'm like, the time you make it to the UFC, dude, there'll be fucking space. He's like 20. I'm like, dude, by the time you make it to the UFC, there'll be space people here. Like, relax.
They just signed a 17-year-old, man. Come on.
But that's the problem, because that's what
they see.
He goes, oh man, but this young kid. I'm like, dude, but like, there's also a kid on YouTube making millions of dollars, open up fucking gifts. Like, someone else's life has nothing to do with your life. You have to understand where you're at. Like, that has nothing to do. Because the other student was like, yeah, I saw because he's the guy who wrestled a little bit, and he actually has a kickboxing match coming up in November. He's like, I saw the way Cosmo took Kevin Holland down, and I wrestled. So I was like, shit, I might as well just do that. I'm like,
no, boy.
So it's not that easy. Like, it's not that easy. I'm like, believe me, if it was that easy, there'd be a million UFC fighters. I mean, like, that's just, like, it's just like the person, like, I don't let people watch sports. Like, I used to watch sports and be like, how'd you miss that shot? Really? Patrick Ewing, you missed the layup? You couldn't get that extra freaking yard? And now I'm completely different. I'm just like, shut the hell up. Like, because would you think he didn't want to get the extra yard? Did you really think he didn't want that extra yard? You really think he wanted to miss that winning shot so you guys can shit on him and stuff? Like, no, he was trying to, and it didn't work. Like, so I just try to explain to him, like, it's different. It's not what you think it is.
Well, I think it's something that like I've developed as a sports fan, in that, like, when I watch the Steelers, yeah, sure, I'm into them, but like, when I was young, like it mattered to me way more than it should. Like it would affect my day, or like, and I'm like, I got to a point where I'm like, why should I care more than the team does? Like, why?
I mean, like they care, but it's just like, you know, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. When you lose fights, it messes up your whole everything. It messes up everything, and it's like, oh, but you gotta like, yeah. I've also learned how to separate that, because if not, like, it can like you end up like Conor McGregor, like, you know what I mean, like completely. Like you want to be obsessed, but then you have to watch obsession's a problem as well. Like too much of one thing, too much of anything can be bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think when you take a look at like your career, and like you've had ups and downs like the whole time, and you've had peaks and valleys, and you reach the pinnacle of the sport, like, you know, getting to the UFC and having like two of the biggest highlights. And so how has that, I mean, you became like a local Pittsburgh celebrity, and you do like these cool things like the cigar parties and Shazier stuff and all that stuff. Like, how have you stayed grounded and realized like, hey, like I'm still the same dude?
I'm always the same dude. But I mean, like, I was literally just talking with someone about this the other day, because I was talking about how people, because like I run I run Canton Avenue, right? And when I was in the UFC, every fucking body and their grandma was out there fucking with walkers and shit. Like, let's run up the hill, son. Like, with all these fucking people. And now I've been out of the UFC for a year. And now it's like me, my sister, my man Dom. Like sometimes like one my girl Sarah, a couple like maybe my man Kurt, like a couple of people coming through, but just the regular people come through. I'm like, so I like to sit back. I mean, I just like to go through my posts, or through my Instagram posts, or just whatever. Like I still get like more than regular people, but still it's just interesting to see how like people only, especially in Pittsburgh, people only like you if you can do something for them. That's not really a bad thing, but it is a bad thing. Like and in Pittsburgh, it's really bad. I mean, you know how it is with the Steelers. The Steelers are winning. Oh hell, Steelers! The Steelers will lose one game. Like, I'm gonna shoot someone needs to die. You go on the Facebook, like Kiss FM does the Facebook comment. You're just like, what? But that's just how their thought process is. Like, you're like, if you're doing something for me, they're like, you know, if you win the Super Bowl, like, yeah, where's my city? And they lose, man, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Like, that's just, I mean, like, I guess that's just the mindset of a fan. And I've been fans, I've watched sports and stuff, but I've never had that, like you were saying, I've never had that overly thought process of a fan. I used to sort of be like that with basketball. I was like obsessed with basketball a little bit. I was like 8 or 9.
So that's the whole Patrick Ewing reference.
Oh yeah, because my mom loved Patrick Ewing, and I love the Houston Rockets, and we used to whoop Patrick Ewing. And then
that was the Hakeem
Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler. Oh my God, I watched them like me and my older brother's name is Hakeem. So Hakeem and Clyde, we had the I remember like it was yesterday. We had their all-star jerseys. I'm pretty sure I wore that jersey in those. I had the whole shirt. I think my mom got me the shirts and the shorts. I'm pretty sure I wore them till they ripped and just started to fall apart. And I kept wearing them, probably sewed them up because they fell apart as I was walking or something. I know I didn't throw them away.
That's awesome.
Did you go to any Knicks games when you were modeling in New York?
No, I didn't go to any sporting. Like, I don't know. At the time, that point, I was 18. I didn't really get in this. I wasn't really a big sport fan. Like, I didn't really like sports and stuff. Like, I mean, I've only been to like one Steeler game, like one Pirate game. I went to a Pirate game. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I was like $20 beers and like for what? I'm like, I'm getting out of here.
At least it's a beautiful park.
It is a nice view. They got that.
I think PNC Park is awesome.
Where are we looking over top of? The Pittsburgh River?
Yeah. Dude, it's beautiful.
Y'all saw those people down there in downtown Pittsburgh paying like $3,000 to look over this muddy ass Pittsburgh River. You're out of your mind. This ain't Florida.
We don't want Florida right now, man.
Not right now. Yeah. For like never making a big post about that. They're like, you know, like for like a month out of the year, Florida turns into like a place you don't want to go to. That's funny. But Pittsburgh, even when it's nice and warm, we want to overlook this dirty swamp infected river. Like, come on, man.
Pittsburgh, we love our city.
Though. I mean, I love it, but I'm truthful. I love my kids, but I'm truthful about them too. you gotta be truthful.
Khama's the first person I ever heard like not be impressed by that view. That's
it's like
He's
Hot
a
as fuck.
Debbie Downer.
That's a
I'm
hot
not
take.
Debbie Downer. I'm like, dude, it's not like a beach. Like, no, I don't see dolphins jumping out. That's a fucking view. If there's a beach and I looked out and there's like dolphins jumping, I'm like, yo, that's the view. You look out and there's like some fat guy with jelly stains on his shirt on his boat. That's not a fucking view.
Yeah, there's manatees in there. All
Dude,
sorts.
like Khama is like a great friend, and we've known each other for about 5 years now, and like literally love the guy. Like I would do anything for Khama, and you
saw earlier in the video.
I
I'm sorry. You set yourself up for that.
did.
Come on,
And now
man.
they're gonna be like, what are they talking about?
At least I'm supposed to be rated P, G. All right, but so my like when Khama and I the first time we met, I was like, this dude's like such a dick. Sorry, Caden.
Eggplant.
Yes,
Yeah, he's such an eggplant.
Well, do you remember
Yeah, because y'all irritate me.
Yeah. So
All right, hold on. Before you get to the story, things you don't do. 2 weeks out from the fight.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
2 weeks, because the last week of the fight, that's fight week.
That's
That's
still
nothing.
a week.
Right. So 2 weeks out,
It's
3
3
weeks,
weeks.
whatever. Right. You don't call the fight and say, hey, we're doing some promotional stuff, bro. All right, so I'm gonna come through and get some video of you. I'm like, bro, I'm training. Yeah, all right, that's cool. We'll just come through, set some cameras up. And they're like, all right, I get to like, all right, let's turn all these lights off. Let's get this cat. Like, yo, I got time for this. I'm trying to train.
His version of the story is a
Go ahead,
little
hit your
whack.
version. Go.
Yeah.
We had it planned. We didn't just show up 3 weeks before. We had it planned for several weeks. Yes,
y'all didn't mess with me.
Well, yes,
Y'all didn't mess with me.
100%.
And then they're like, oh, we're gonna do it at your gym on our time.
No.
Make sure you're there.
You cleared it. So he cleared it. We show up. He's like, rah, 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 like a raving
Lunatic.
Worthy.
I just taught a class. I had done stuff. There's all kind of stuff that's going on. You ain't no idea what was going on.
No, it wasn't. No, it was on a Sunday, and you were like, "It's a Sunday. This is my day off."
Exactly.
It's like I just taught a class. Your memory isn't as good as it once was, bro.
No, I'm sitting there like, all I knew is I was like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yes, you were not supposed to be there. Except, like, here's the thing: like, the point is, no one was promoting like the way we wanted to promote,
Right.
and so we wanted to get. It was to help everyone. I mean, that's ultimately how we became like close friends, is because you realize, like, hey, these guys are doing it like different.
Nah.
No.
Not really. I was like, he's actually a nice guy. I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, man, fuck this dude. That's my thought process works. I was irritated. He kept saying, oh, we're going to put this here. And then I want you to like jump over this here, right? And scream.
That was
"Ah!"
dumb.
Like, dude,
That
I
was
don't got
dumb.
time to
Jump
this.
over this.
I
was like,
that
what
was
the hell is all
Bakari.
this?
He trained at your gym.
I'm sitting there like, wait, what do you want me to do? I want you to do a backflip, grab a baseball, throw it, and say, it's showtime. I'm like, yo, I'm cutting weight.
Where did you get this stuff?
It was a whole bunch of random shit.
To be fair, that's everybody's first reaction to Ryan. This guy sucks.
and most people like feel that way the entire time.
Yeah, right.
It's you dummies that don't.
But honestly, I mean, taking that a step further, like there may not be a 247 the way there is today without Khama Worthy. Like
There
even
would
though
not
you were
be.
annoying to Khama, he stuck it out. And
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he did it. I'm a professional. Like a lot of people always said, the UFC always said that they were like the people in the back were like, you're so. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a professional. I understand the things I have to do and stuff. What I have to do, and I'm like, I get it's a business. I mean, I be trying to tell the young guys that, I'm like, yo, this is a business. Like, you know, like they have to make money, and they're not just made to promote you. They have to make money somehow, and they have to figure out ways to promote the show and stuff. So I get that. It's just when you're tired and your back's hurting, your foot's hurting, and motherfuckers are asking you to do fucking circus tricks. Juggle.
throw a baseball.
You're like, there we go. Now light them on fire. You can still juggle. I'm like, no, I don't fucking feel like doing that. Like, this is gonna be awesome. I'm like, no, dude.
That's beautiful. That mentality, Khama, it seems like guys from like your age, like the Cherico, that initial run of fighters understands it way better than current young fighters. I don't get it. I don't know where the disconnect is.
These young fighters are fucking they're these like TikTok motherfuckers. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Everyone be making fucking highlight reels and you don't got no fucking fights. The fuck's a highlight reel if you don't have a fight? This is my highlight reel. Of what? I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be making highlight reels. You shouldn't be selling t-shirts. You shouldn't be doing any of that stuff. You should be fucking worrying about fighting. But like, but then again, I find myself doing this when I listen to music and everything. Like I have a 16-year-old, my stepson's 16. So like, I just be like, man, it's stupid. But it's a different world. And with fighting, it's a completely different world than when I started off. Like I said, there was no social media when I started off.
Right.
I'm pretty sure if there was a social media, every picture of me would have been shirtless like this. Like I remember I would go out and be like, yeah, I'm undefeated because I was 1-0. I'm undefeated, bitches. Yeah.
Nice.
So as a promoter, I gotta say we kind of throw that undefeated. Two undefeated amateurs. They're both 1-1.
Exactly.
Or 1-0.
It works.
But like it's it's just a different world. So I don't get it because I'm not at that time what they are and stuff. So yeah, I mean I just try to make them understand. I think the only problem now is people try to become a superstar before they're a fighter. And I be sitting there like, bruh.
That's a good
bruh, what the fuck? Like you gotta be a fighter first, and then you just happen to become a superstar. Like you can't. It sucks. It's like being a musical artist and being like, oh well, look at 6ix9ine. I mean, he's shitty, so maybe if I'm shitty, I can be like, no, I mean, it's just like certain people just get there, and they have to understand how many people there are in the world, how many people are trying to do this. So you're like, oh well, because like I said, you're like, oh well, Sean O'Malley, like, yeah, Sean O'Malley talks shit, but Sean O'Malley's really good.
He's so good,
and he didn't just talk shit before he was good. Like if you talk shit before you're good, like it looks really cheesy. And even if you're good and you talk too much shit, then people just sit around and wait for you to get bad, and then wait for people to catch up to you, and then they hate you. I mean, like that's just, I mean, shit. Someone was telling me the other day, and they were like, dude, how does it feel like when you lose like on like a world stage? I'm like, dude, so like when I first won my first UFC fight, people just like the shit that they were saying, like even some of my coaches, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, chill, like, yeah, you just fight Tony Ferguson next week. Oh, fuck. And at that time, Tony Ferguson was like the boogeyman. Like, I'm not fucking fighting Tony Ferguson. Like, oh yeah, you fight him and you do this. I'm like, I'm fucking making $12,000 for fucking fighting Tony Ferguson.
You almost fought Michael Johnson.
Yeah, that's a more realistic fight. Like that would have been a more realistic. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a fun fight, but like not fucking Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson slicing people up and shit. Like, nah, I'm good. But like people, after my first fight, people like top 15, top fucking 15 instantly. Then I won the second fight, and they're like, this dude's dick just growing at his toes. I'm like, oh my god, he's amazing. He's gonna be a world champion in like 6 months. And I'm just sitting there scratching my head like, yo, chill the fuck out. Like,
I mean, that was a pretty special time though.
Yeah, but MMA fans are unrealistic. They're so unrealistic, dude. Like, I mean, like, it's so, and like you just go in there and you just read the comments, like, you motherfuckers believe this shit. You're like, yeah. Like I'm like, and that's just the thing. Like, it's not. Like it's just weird. So you as a fighter, you can't get caught up in your own hype. Because I try to explain to people, I'm like, when fighting, unfortunately, like you're here today, going tomorrow. I'm like, I went from having 2 really good fights to losing 3 in a row and getting cut. Like that's reality. I mean, like look at my man Sebastian. He went from being like Ronda Rousey's boy, he was murdering people. Everyone goes, he's the future. Then he just lost. Like he's like, I mean, in his last couple of fights, he's been getting just tortured. And you're just scratching your head, like, what happened? Like, that's fighting. Like momentum, that you can go up and you go down, and you have to be able to bounce back from that. And these young fighters, it's hard to see them. Like I tell them, like you have Ronda Rousey syndrome, but like you enjoy beating people. You don't really like fighting. And then once you have to fight and you have to scrape yourself up, you're just like, well, I mean, think about it this way. This is what I tell people to do. How many pro fighters are in Pittsburgh? Name in Pittsburgh. Name. There's not 10. Name in Pittsburgh. Name the pro fighters.
You, Schilling, Patton, Dempsey's retired, Trenton Zadarko, Jake Lowry. Who am I forgetting?
I mean, there's Ramos,
Jonas.
Ramos. And then there's you already said my little brother, right?
No, Sean.
So that's 7, and then
are we stretching it out west from
no, it's just right here. I mean, you can maybe say we'll take Nick Brown, and Ethan, right?
Yeah.
So that's 9, and that's like going around.
Wow.
Now, in the last 6 years, how many fucking shows have there been in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
And how many amateur fighters have you got? Not just saying, but just in general, people be like, this guy's the fucking future. And like just the music goes off and the firecrackers go off and the cat like smokes a cigar and shit. And then it's like, where the fuck are they now?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing I don't like. I try to explain to people, like, dude, do you know how hard?
It's so hard.
Let's go a step further. How many pro fighters in Pittsburgh have more than 6 fights?
Oh, geez, that
Right?
that takes almost all of them
And then
out.
it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, like how many, like so it's like how like that's like how many pro fighters have been fighting for more than 5 years? Like, so I that's why when people be like, oh, what do you think about this guy? I'm just like, dude, I've been doing it. You know how many people I've gone through.
Mhm.
How many people are supposed to be the truth and were really good and didn't. So when the amateur fighter guy comes in and goes, listen, dude, yeah, so I've killed 5 people. But, yeah, okay.
I love your gym stories of the guys.
That's what it is. Like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm like the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
There's some legendary.
Yeah,
that's how it is. They'll show you, like, I have a gauntlet with all the Thanos stones and shit. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Dude, what's the Academy Spar Night? Like, there's some legendary stories.
Oh, yeah. We were sparring like last
Monday night, right?
We do MMA sparring on Monday. And last night, we did kickboxing. So last night, like I said, we have like 4 guys where we fighting up in State College for their Muay Thai debut. So we're getting ready for a fight. And then Jason Cardillo, he's thinking about fighting. So I told him, I told Jason, I said, you fight your fight because he's about to turn 40. He wants to do one more before he like his retirement fight. So he's been coming in and working with me a little bit. So he was there last night. There's a lot of guys, a lot of good guys and stuff, like younger guys, up and coming guys. So we did like 10 3-minute rounds with 30-second breaks. That's how you find out who wants it right there. Who's throwing up just straight 10 3-minute rounds. Just grab a new partner. I'm screaming. It'd be a little conditioned. But yeah, but sparring's real. Like you gotta like spar for real. You gotta wrestle for real and stuff. I mean, so.
But you guys have people come in the gym that like, yeah, I'm a street fighter.
Yeah, I mean, like they do that every now and then. Like, and you know, I let Shaka beat him up.
Like, back in the day when it was like, you know, Cherico's, and even before that when it was the Fight Club Pittsburgh. I've heard stories of like just people wandering in the gym.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I know what I'm doing.
When it was like Fight Club Pittsburgh, the name kind of like encouraged more people. Like,
sure.
And the sport was different back then. Like I was about 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
The sport was different. Like especially when I first started training, like with Eric Cameron. Oh yeah, guys just show up. Like, yeah. And my coach, but yeah, go spar this guy. He don't got a mouthpiece. Don't hit him in his stomach. Like, you know, that's bad for business, though. You know, you can't build a business like when Mick ran it. He really just like kind of pushed it really towards the fire. He had his own. He has the sign business, so he has a way where he makes his money. He had the gym because he loved it and he liked it. Like he let everybody train for free and shit. Like when Mark took it over and shit, he had to, and especially when I took it over, like ain't nobody training for free. Fuck y'all. Pay me. Like, that's not how it is. So you have to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like it's a little bit different now. I try to run it a little bit more control as a business wise. Yeah, like sparring is free. So I tell people, spar. Like,
that's the freebie.
I told this guy,
I love the punch a new face.
Like the guy came in the other day. He's like signing up and he's like talking about stuff and he's like, yeah, he's like, so the classes. I was telling him the prices, like it's per class, and then he goes, "Yeah, so sparring." I'm like, "No, sparring is free, dog. Come at your own risk." I'm like, you know what I mean? I'll like check, I'll watch over and stuff, but sparring's free.
So, like, do most people that come in like casually know you, or do they? Some of them not.
Like casually,
like if someone's like, "Hey, I want to train," like, do most of them know who you are?
Oh yeah. You know, so like, yeah, they coming in. Like that's part of the reason. I mean, maybe stop being modest. That's the reason usually that people come in. Like, you know, even one of the kids that come in, like, oh, I looked you up and stuff. Like, yeah, like, you know. But yeah, like people know and they want to come in and train and stuff. So
we think it's really cool, but I don't know that I ever talked to you about this, but having somebody like Craig Perry in there that found you through the UFC and now he's fighting himself. Like, what's that like for you? Is that kind of weird? It's like surreal, right?
No, it's
just normal.
Just another Tuesday.
Just another guy.
You guys asked me that before. I'm like, but I like Craig a lot. But he was like, you know, I've started watching. Like, you know,
Wait,
Yes, sir.
do your Craig again?
Yeah,
Hey man, so dude, that's Craig. I like so Craig helps me teach the kids class, right? And I'm like, telling him like, Craig, like you gotta like tell him how to be like softly assertive with the kids and stuff. And Craig like this and and I'm like, Craig, you gotta learn how to deal with kids and stuff because the kids they be bitching, Craig.
He too harsh with them or what?
No, he's too soft.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Too
Craig,
soft
kick
with them.
his ass right in the chest. Get the kids, they punk him. They just know like I'm punk the shit out of Craig.
That's
He punk him
awesome.
all the time. He cracking up, man.
I can see that. He's a very
He's
soft-spoken
super nice.
dude.
Yeah, he's very,
super
really nice. Yeah.
Super nice.
So you got Craig, Jake,
Uh-huh.
and is there a third?
No.
Just like Justin's
Justin and
still-
yeah, Justin and then there's Jacob too. Just Jacob's first fight.
Loafer.
Loafer. Yeah.
Loafer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an
It's
academy
Loafer.
guy.
No, he's a Mat Factory.
Oh,
He
he's
was out of Good Manton. He's at the Mat Factory.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, that's so. Is it weird for you? Is it different for you? Like getting guys ready for a fight and you're 3 weeks later. Like, is there any?
No, man, I just fought 3 weeks ago. I've been in camp this whole year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's just another Tuesday.
Just another Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, like as much as I put into the fighters, like Dave runs the fight team.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the new guys was like, yeah. So maybe you come. I'm like, I teach classes. You can come to my classes, but Coach Dave, like I help prepare people. I try to, but like the Dave, like because again, I don't have that energy because motherfuckers are lazy.
So when you retire, it will stay the same way.
No, I'll probably help a little bit more,
Yeah.
but then I still won't put the energy. Do you know, like I was just talking with, I remember I was talking with Duke Rufus, and they was just explaining how much energy, like it being a coach is like being a side bitch. Because you put so much into it and you get back so little.
Well, I mean, and that's
a great way to
something.
put it.
That's literally why. Like, I don't know if you know, but we're inducting Isaac Greeley
Yeah,
as the first inductee into the 247 MMA Hall
Yeah.
of Fame, and that's one of the things we talk about amongst ourselves. Like, he is invested so much.
I be looking at Isaac. I'm like, Isaac, say fuck you, man. Like, 'cause he's such a genuinely Isaac doesn't like confrontation. He's very genuine. He's really he doesn't like getting to the bullshit. Like he be having mad people like this person, like when Patton and Cam fought, they were both kind of trained at the map. And I was like, oh, let's just be nice about it. You know what I mean? He's just such a chill.
Literally on
he's just
separate
like,
sides
let's
of
just go over there, like, and then afterwards we'll shake it out and get back to grappling. That's his thought process. Like he's like even like when like Patton went to go train up there, or Drake went to go train up there. He's like, I'm like, dude, I know you're not like, yo, you guys, come train with me. Like Isaac, he's not that guy. Like he's just a genuine ass dude. Like that's why I try to go there and train with him. I remember when I first started training with him, I was pissed because I was like, shit, I could have been doing this a long time ago. Like him and Dempsey and Dom and shit. Like I could have been up here training with these guys, and he's a very genuine dude. But yeah, I don't know how he does. Like, because he doesn't just do it with fighting, he also does it with wrestling. And like people are fucking flaky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and after I'm not gonna put their names out there, but there were 3 people that I put a lot of time and effort in, like personal time and effort in, and they flaked off on me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck doing this. And I was like, yo, this is ridiculous.
I say that
dude.
about people all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So
and then I go back and
like, I just like, nah. I mean, like, if you have to show me something. If not, I'm just be like, whatever.
yeah, he's a different type.
Yeah, I mean, like he's a full blown coach, so it's different when you're a coach. He's a full blown. I'm a coach fighter. Coach fighters are very different than coaches. Like coaches are completely different. Like I think whenever I'm more of a coach, I'll be able to put a little bit more into it. You know what I mean? Like, but coaching, it's exhausting. It's just as exhausting as fighting. Like watching. Like, I mean, I know, like watching your fighter fight and then like him not do things or him do everything right and it still not work. That's frustrating. Like coaching 3 or 4 nights a night. That's exhausting. Like,
yeah, I just admire his selflessness and the way he's not like, he won't selfishly keep a fighter in Pittsburgh because it'll benefit the Mat Factory. He'll say like to Dalton and to
yeah, you have
Cody,
to leave. I literally like tell people that all the time. I'm like, dude, like we just talked. We said there's 6 pro fighters, and they're on the weight classes like there's like 2. Like that's why I go train with Devontae, because there's one other 55er, and that's Nick Brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's it. So like realistically, like, yeah, I can want to do this, but like that's why I went out to Syndicate. Like I'm like, I'm gonna be going back there again. Like when I get another bigger fight, because it's just the way, like you can't hold. I like when John left, a couple of people like all upset about it. Like, what the fuck am I upset for? Like he doesn't have, like, he has me and like Nick Brown and like when you get to a certain level, it's like it's me. And then the problem was that was me and John were like, since we were like we were sparring, we were crashing all the time. Our specific style was specifically for each other. And so then we're building up bad habits, because a lot of stuff that we do are only specifically for, like, a lot of my shit was specifically for fast twitch southpaw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, luckily, that's why when I fought Pena, it was great. I'm like, oh fuck, I do with John all the time. This is awesome. But like, you have to have more. Like, you have to have more than that. So
sure,
like, you can't like, just stay here and build your career. I'm like, nah, dude, like, go do your thing.
And John had a really nice win this past weekend.
Yeah. He looked good. Yeah, he's jacking that dude up.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, he looked great.
Very impressive. It was probably lost the first round and easily won the second too.
Yeah. I was talking about that. I thought he was going to put that dude up, because that dude was tougher than I thought he was going to be. Like the guy's record wasn't the best, but you can tell that he's like one of those like sleeper cell type motherfuckers.
Yeah.
See a lot of guys like that. Like, I think on this upcoming card, Tobias Taylor's 5-4, but like he has really good losses.
Oh yeah,
that dude's a beast for sure.
Oh yeah,
your upcoming opponent too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Josh Rowley. Yeah, I mean, like, he's tough as hell. Like I've cornered against him twice with John and stuff, and like I've seen him even though like you look at his record's 7 and 5, I think. But even though he beat Castillo and. Think that's not getting that whole thing. Get you guys in trouble.
No, dude. There's, like, you can do whatever you want.
I know he hooked him, but like didn't get that fight because like he tested positive for weed or something. That's a win, so he's not really 7-4. He's really 8. He's not 7-5. He's 8-4. I mean, he lost to John and then like 2 other people. But he's a tough.
But he lost to John twice too, right?
Yeah, he lost to John twice. Yeah, so he's a tough dude.
Yeah, he's. I mean, honestly, I'm so looking forward to that fight.
Same.
I think that like it once we start promote, like, with these 2 fights so close together, we haven't really nailed it hard, but like it's super. Like, that's a ridiculous fight, and the rivalry with Pittsburgh, PA and Ohio, and like it just has all the.
I know it's funny because I was like, I'm still training with Devontae, and we were dying. He's like, "Yo, Ohio's gonna hate me." I'm like, I know. I was dying. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be like, traitor.
Well, there's always room here in Pittsburgh for Devontae when they boot him out of Ohio.
Come on down. We'll get our 7th pro fighter in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I didn't you put me on the spot there naming them, and in my head I'm like, oh, there's 10. Then you start naming them. It's like
I do it all the time. I try to explain it.
And we even like named like Jonas, like he might not fight again.
Exactly. Like you're naming people and then you're naming people we have 4 pro fights or 7. Like I mean, like it's that's just not when
Jason Cardillo. He's coming back.
Yeah, 7-0, but like freaking like when I was originally fighting, like there were 7, there'd be 8 pros on the mat, like at the same, like there'd be 8 pros, like there was me, Jay, Steve, Mark, Joey Holt, Adam, and then like Adam would get bigger guys from then what's his name would come through, Phil Rowe. I mean, like there was all kind of people. I'm missing mad people.
Cody Garbrandt was
there's Anthony Darnell, Cody Garbrandt. I mean, like, there's all these people. So there's a lot more. Mike Wilkins was training back then. You know what I mean? One of my favorite training partners, freaking Francis Healy. I mean, like there was Matt. Freaking Dom, and then
what happened to Francis? Like after Bellator fight, did he just start?
No, I mean, like it's a hard fucking job.
Yeah, no.
And Francis is like super smart. He's like an engineer. Like he like works for freaking like Bentley or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like
well, then,
and I know he hurt his neck really bad. Like injuries. Like that's why I put Mark. Like injuries catch up to you.
This is a sport where I like having done this for as 4 or 5 years. You, like when you see a guy that's successful away from it, you're just like, he's one loss away from like being done.
Yeah.
Like, why do it? Like, if you're successful, if you are not like, if you don't need this,
that's why I try to tell people
it's going to be hard to stick with it when you
when
go
I
through the
have
tough
kids that are
times.
in college and stuff. I'm like, you're probably not going to want to do this. So no, I'm going to do this. No, the fuck you're not. Why would you want to get your head split open when you can go make like, a good 80,000, 60, 70,000? Like, shit, man, I'm cool, man. I'm going to live my life, go to the bar, watch fighting, tell people how I almost became a UFC fighter and shit. I decided to get this accountant job instead. Like, yeah, that's more realistic. And you have to be realistic with yourself because when you're standing across the cage from this psycho Russian dude who's been eating bread and goat milk for the last year because that's all he has to eat, and he just wants to kill you. Like, and you're sitting there like, dude, I got a degree. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, there's very few fighters that can like do that. Like, that's why when most fighters get big, they fall off because it's like, who would really want to go train? That's why I applaud like guys like Mayweather and John Jones and like staying at the top, even though John Jones is a wild maniac. Still, it's staying at the top for that long, like Demetrius Johnson and Anderson. So, do you know how hard it is? Like, shit, if I had a Bugatti, I wouldn't fucking go to the gym. Like, what the fuck I'm going to the gym for if I got a Bugatti? What the fuck am I at the gym for? I'm good already. I'm good, dog. I'm good. And that's what happens. I'm good. I mean, look at guys like Adrian Broner. Like, Adrian Broner was the shit. What happened to Adrian Broner? He started to believe that he was the shit. Yeah. And he's like, off making sex tape and going on rap tours and shit. And then Adrian Broner just turned around like 360, right?
Yep.
And Mayweather tried to tell him. I mean, like, that happens so much with fighters. Like, fame will get to you. I mean, shit, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, even I call myself a D-class celebrity. like that shit. Like, yeah, like
I would go with like maybe E.
I don't know. Earlier, you were going with D for Khama. Hit the rim shot.
You guys are literally the worst.
There you go.
There it was.
Oh man.
But I was turning your light on, and I was turning you on. I saw something suddenly get.
Oh,
that's
man.
Beautiful.
But yeah, like it takes a lot, like, to stay focused and to stay. Like, that's why when people always like, when people are like, oh, Cody fell off. I'm like, do you know how hard it is to stay there? I'm like, because I hate that. People are like, oh, well, he fight. I'm like, oh, well, dude, he needs to fix this. I'm like, so if you know what he needs to do, how come you're not coaching world-class athletes?
It's
like,
absurd.
I'm like, oh, well, what he needs to do. I'm like, so do you know what's going on? Like, do you know what's injured? I'm like, there's so much that goes into being there, and it's all a matter of luck and everything. Like, we were just talking about the Sebastian thing. I'm like, dude, you can have everything right, and then it goes wrong, and you can have everything wrong, and then for some reason, shit goes right. You're just sitting there scratching your head, like, oh, okay, whatever.
How good? Okay, so we were talking about John Jones and staying on top for like as long as he had. So I view him and like GSP as like polar opposites. Like GSP like stayed like the course and was like as best as he could be, and I see John Jones as like, despite trying to like not being the warrior, the workout warrior, like he was when he was in camp, but like, when he was off camp, he's having fun. He was having fun, correct. So do you think like John Jones is an exception to the rule? Like,
he's a freak.
No one else can do
he's
that.
A freak.
How good do you think John Jones worked like GSP? How good would he have been?
I think John Jones does work like GSP. GSP just doesn't have any fun. I think when it's time to work, John Jones works.
It's time to work, but like there's the old adage, like he wasn't in the gym when he wasn't training for a fight, like he wasn't putting.
I don't think that's true.
No.
You ever see John Jones look flat and out of shape?
I did.
When?
Before he started his training camp, one time he's
probably bigger. Yeah, like GSP. Like GSP, that's the reason he kind of had to stop. I mean, GSP would be completely obsessed with it. Like, he's a very obsessive, compulsive about things.
Yeah.
He's like he's a little bit. I wouldn't want to be that obsessed about it because remember, your fighting's going to end at some point. So like, would you going to enjoy life? Like, I've never like you ever see Jamaican bobsled, the movie
Cool Runnings?
Cool Runnings. Yeah. Remember they were talking about the Iceland team, and they were like. And he's like, why can't we be more like them? Like, they're so focused. And they're like, they probably just wouldn't know what to do with a girl either. They probably just slide her down some ice or something. So, like, you gotta like be alive at the same time. Like GSP's I think now he's chill, but I think the stress of fighting and the anxiety, it just drove him. He was just too worried about being perfect all the time. Now, John Jones, he's like, I mean, he's a little too loose. Like, you know, fuck it, give me some goat. Like, you know, but I mean, like, you know, he got things he has to work on himself. But I think you have to find a medium. If not, you'll drive yourself insane.
See, I think John Jones is the freak that, like, you know, when you get the lower weight classes, like, those are some of the best athletes that weigh that weight.
Right.
But, like, John Jones is a freak because he has the athleticism of, like,
a football player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he should be playing football. Well, like, look at his genetics. Like,
well, yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Like, I don't know what the fuck his parents was doping their kids up when they were younger. Like, they were putting something like, give me this banana. Sterile.
Yeah.
Eat this shit, kid.
I mean, you've probably seen his parents, right? Like at events and stuff. They're not like
freaking athletes. No, they're not like something like they don't look like CT Flexor or some shit.
Yeah,
that's not the case.
No, they pump them out.
But their kids are their kids are unreal, man. So.
How long have we been going, Danny? I mean, I'm willing to keep it going, but like, what are we at?
50 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's not
Nice.
bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I was like, yeah,
We're just getting
2 hours.
We're just getting
Yeah,
started.
give me one of those Red Bulls. Shit, so I can
all
wake up.
right. I'm gonna get Khama a Red Bull.
The
Keep
warm
Is
Red
it
Bull.
warm?
I mean, they're not cold.
I haven't ate anything
It's like
all day.
room temperature. I mean, so I know you have a sweet tooth, but like when I asked Nicole, like,
She should know this.
dude, I'll show you the text. She was like, she rattled off all this stuff. What I couldn't find is
Thank you.
a birch beer.
What's birch beer?
Or no, ginger beer.
Ginger beer, yeah.
I
we just go to Giant Eagle. Any
Well, I went to two
any hipster spot, there's fucking ginger beer. Like, that's all they drink now.
I am a big fan that Khama likes ginger beer and ginger snaps.
Yeah, that's the shit right there.
So Khama loves gingers, which like I'm very thankful.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm like allergic to ginger too. When I eat ginger snaps, I swear my throat gets tight and smaller, but I still
But it's worth it.
It's
worth it. That
Dude,
ginger goodness.
That Red Bull, it has too much stuff in it.
Too much
No.
sugar.
See, I didn't know.
That's what I like about the only thing I don't like about Red Bull is they don't do anything with fighters.
Yeah.
They do every other thing. Like, they'll do like frog hopping contests or whatever. Like, they do everything extreme, but they don't do anything with contact sports. I have
That's
no idea
interesting.
why.
That's a good point.
Just for that, I have no idea. They don't do any form of physical like fighting. They don't do it.
Yeah.
But they'll do bull riding, which is animal cruelty.
Sure.
They'll do everything else. Motherfuckers jump from space and shit.
Yeah.
They'll do everything, but they won't do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Meanwhile, Monster's like, put our logo in the middle of the cage.
Exactly.
That's why you should drink Monster then.
Or Bang. Doesn't Colby Covington do like Bang commercials and stuff?
Yeah, multiple people that do bang stuff. Yeah, like I think a couple other guys do some bang stuff too. But like Red Bull's never. I don't know why they've never done boxing or anything. Like, they've never done contact sports.
That's a good point. It seems like that'd be an
That's
easy
a
fit
natural.
for
And
them.
they're the originator of all this shit. Yeah, they like fucking Red Bull.
Yeah,
I remember they used to have those girls walk around the city and say,
right?
Red Bull.
Red Bull girls.
I'm like, I was not talking to girls. Hey, what's up, sweetie? What's up, that Red Bull? You know, they call me too. Huh? Red Bull, Black Bull. You know,
Nice.
the calls went.
The Khama Worthy
That's
pickup
supposed to
lines.
be.
The Khama Worthy pickup lines. Yeah, they had that little Mini Cooper that was even painted like a Red Bull can.
Yep, and a little thing on top of it and shit. They drive around the city and shit.
Man, what happened to that? They just decided they're big
They
enough.
don't need it. Like, now they have people just who aren't getting paid sitting there like this. Red Bull, I love Red Bull. yeah, thank you.
They
sucker.
got Khama now.
Sucker.
We ain't paying for that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn, send me a free. I will work for Red Bull because the shit's so damn expensive. You send me 100 Red Bulls, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
A Red Bull is like probably the most expensive liquid. It's like perfume cologne
my pee.
prices.
Except for his
I
pee.
sell my
That's
pee.
True.
That's interesting.
That's on his OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'll be starting.
I
up soon.
sell my
Feet and
pee. I'm. You don't have a buyer here.
Yeah,
You sell it to.
we obviously from earlier tonight, we know I started OnlyFans. You're my number one. You sending requests for special videos and shit. I'm like, damn, Ryan, I'm with my family. Well, can you?
Ryan's out here asking for customs.
That's
That's beautiful.
There I've literally never seen OnlyFans. I mean, it's like
Felice Herrig apparently made like 500 grand last year selling feet pictures. 500
sell
grand.
my feet.
that's so weird.
Man, all right? So you say that.
I do
But-
say that.
People forget. Again, that's why I be trying to explain like some of the fires. I'm like, how small your surroundings are. And you're like, oh well, yeah. You know a couple of crazy people, a couple, but there's some weird motherfuckers.
He includes himself in the weirdest people I know.
I'm sorry, I'm a very unique individual.
But you have this fascination with like like sci-fi and like
Yeah, look at the shirt.
how
Yeah. Speaking of, so if you
Shout
like
out.
this, right? This is made by my man over at Vitamin Vintage, right? They make they do like so. This you guys have seen me with a couple other ones, right? And that's from Rush Vintage. This is a different company. They work together too, but this is like I'll turn around after and make sure people see.
is that a sponsor?
They're not really a sponsor, but they're like they make these like amazing. So this shirt, as you can see, it's like hand painted. Like I can't like wash it. Like these are like and there's only like they only make like 250 of them.
True.
So like they're like
That's a
really
sick
like
shirt.
one of a kind type thing, and it's like fucking wicked. Like there's like you can feel like it's like it's like not just a regular. So like yeah, you check them out. Like I said, they're on Vitamin, Vintage Vintage. Let me rephrase that right. Vintage Vitamin. Check them out on Instagram and stuff, and get yourself some cool shit. So you're not wearing regular shit. So, but don't be trying to copy my style.
Yeah, or ours with the other shirt.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
awesome.
This kind of actually goes into the same like that same type of theme and stuff. You know, I'm a little bit more violent than actually right here. I kind of look like my man from the new Thanos movie, The God Killer.
Dude, that's from our first photo shoot
Yeah.
at Princegate.
Yeah.
That photo shoot has my favorite picture of Khama ever.
Yeah,
in
the
it.
one,
one?
That sassy one. That
I
real
was looking
sassy
sexy.
one.
I was looking sexy.
That's it. Yeah.
Hey, it worked.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to get the three of us to shut up.
It is. I know.
So who set
It's a
y'all's
good
room
problem
up?
to have. Us.
We did.
This is all us, man.
Y'all, he engineered it.
He's engineering.
You
That's our
engineer.
producer, Danny.
I
Cohn.
need you to come because I told y'all I'm trying to get my man Kirk.
Yeah.
We're starting up a broadcast and stuff. It's gonna be called like so. I wanted to be called What That Mouth Do.
I like that name.
Right.
I remember Kirk telling me about this.
Wait, you want it to be called What
That Mouth Do?
Which play the clip from earlier in this podcast, and yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Oh, that's not me. That's your boy. I didn't even think of that, but that's
I don't
exactly
even know
what
him
that mouth is.
I mean,
Free
Well,
plug.
you-
Free plug.
you guys are like out of
shit.
control. Like,
But hold on. So Kirk
Come
was
on,
like,
bro.
we can't do What That Mouth is. So he told me, hold on, check it out. Hold on. He said he wanted to.
name.
So he goes, but people just don't look it up and see like what that mouth do. And he said he wanted the I think it was
Google.
Worthy.
Kids, don't Google what that mouth do.
Don't do it. Don't. It's gonna be your. Hold on. Where the hell is it at? Well, he's gonna make. He wanted to be called Fight Worthy, but the Fight Worthy podcast, and like because I didn't want it to be too much fighting because I don't like. I do identify as a fighter, but I'm more than just a fighter,
Sure.
right? And what
don't pigeonhole me as a fighter.
Right, but Kirk was like, he's like,
Exactly.
but that's the first thing that people know you as. So I get that. He goes, the minute I switched the name over to Fight Worthy Talk, and he goes, more people would click on it because they look up connecting you to fighting something,
Mhm.
which is true. But I like what we'll do. We're gonna have a little segment on the show, which is called "What That Mouth Do," because what that mouth do is not. It's not a sexual thing. It depends on who you're talking to. Right? It depends on if you're sitting there.
So I think the segment should be you guys walk up to people on the streets and
I'm gonna start doing some
ask
shit
them,
like that. Yeah.
what that mouth do?
And they can just go off from that. You never know what you got. You might not,
Yeah.
you never know. You might
could
get
go
someone like
Strip district.
and then it might be
What
like,
that
I was joking. And
I don't care what it does.
Like, whoa. Like, you never know.
Oh, no.
You don't want to do that in the wrong spot.
In Johnstown at Lucy's.
Right.
Don't go there.
Oh man, but so I mean, So yeah, I have to get you out to come because our problem is like you guys like everything like your microphones sound good and stuff. Or I don't know, we like and Kirk's stubborn and he's a really smart, really independent type guy. And he's like, I'm gonna figure out the engineering myself. I'm like, nah, dog, we fucking this up. We keep doing it, it keeps echoing wrong, and the sound keeps bouncing back and stuff.
We spent a lot of time
just trying to figure out like how to make it through.
I was exactly like Kirk. I was like, yeah, you just plug the stuff in, you're good to go. That's it, dude.
And like Kirk's like, oh, like what Kirk does for a living, he works for I want to FedEx. Yeah, he works for FedEx. But he does like he's like an organizer. I don't know the exact name of it, but he like organizes like a lot of like organizes the trucks to do things. So like he specifically makes sure they're all going here. And he has like a huge district. So I went to his job before. I've done like a self-defense thing there. And it's like it has this huge wall and all this stuff. And he like micromanages all this stuff. So he's really just like, I can do it. Fucking Bob the Builder. I'm the total opposite. Like this year or last year, me and Nicole, we were at our old place. Before we sold it, we put new toilets in. And I was like, let's hire a plumber. Yeah. And Nicole was like, I'm from North Dakota. I could do this myself. I'm like, fuck that. I see shit shooting up in the air every time I'm the total opposite of toxic masculine. Like, no, most men like, oh, I'll do the floors myself. No, there's a professional for a reason. I'm gonna let him come do the floor. Like, I don't do shit. I do shit that I know. I slightly fix cars. I can change tires. I fuck people up. I encourage people. Like, I mean, that's the things I do. No, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I can fix this. Nope. I mean, I think about how many friends that you know.
He was like,
think about how many friends you know. You go to their houses and there's this half shit done project, and they're like, yeah, I've been doing that. And his wife goes,
it's like, I can tell you've been doing.
I'm in the home improvement. No, I'm in the home improvement business.
But there might be other things.
I see it all the time.
Like, oh yeah, exactly. So you get there, you fix people's projects as they've been doing for the last 8 years. His wife was like,
and the wife rolls the eyes. Exactly. She's like, no. We need you to do it. No, honey, you're not doing that.
I'm like, no. I'm like, I accept there's things. Again, I used to not always be like that, but for becoming a professional athlete made me understand, like, oh, like there's things that you think you can do, but you can't. Yeah. Like, I like to think of myself as like a 7 or 18-year-old kid who thinks he's good at having sex.
So
no, you're not. You fucking suck. You don't know shit. Like you know, when you're that age, you're like, yeah, I am the master of sex. And no, you're not.
The master.
No, you're not. That's not the truth.
I've mastered it.
Yeah, like I've watched and read. Like, no, dude, you suck.
So just so you know, if you want to get the podcast started before, like, get it in, you have,
do it here, man. You
got all the use stuff of this room,
and come in and be like, yeah, like, talk shit and stuff. Yeah.
No, seriously, you can use the room.
Y'all know Kirk. Message Kirk. Kirk was like, oh, you met like. It's not like you don't know them. Like, message the motherfuckers and ask them.
Well, someone messaged me. I don't know. Someone messaged me and said, like, oh, Khama's going to be asking you some tech questions.
Oh, no. That was Kirk. That was Kirk.
Yeah. I just remember seeing the message. I was in the middle of something, but
yeah, Kirk was talking to me at the last show you were on BitB 11 for us. He was talking to me about setting up a podcast.
Because Kirk's
he needs to just come out here.
He's been really on it. He's been wanting. Because people have been saying, like, he's been saying for years that me and Mark should have had our own one. Dude. And he's like, dude, that would be
madness.
And like that, if me and Mark did it would literally be what that mouth do. That would have to be. It would just be complete. So I mean, like, so with me and Curl, like, we'll switch the name up, but I think we'll bring Mark in. He'll be like, you know how like that the fat guy they bring in Joe Rogan.
Joey Diaz?
Yeah, when they bring him on, it's just like fucking insanity. Yeah, when we bring in Mark, it was be fucking insanity. Yeah, it was to be complete insanity that time.
Like a regular guest.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm curious how, like, that camera, I don't think is getting him very well. Danny, how's that?
Yes, it is.
It's the mic mainly, isn't it?
It's the mic mainly. Sometimes.
All right. See, these are things that we're going to have to work on.
We have to figure that out. Like, maybe put a second post for when there's two.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, we're working on because essentially when it's one-on-one, these are set up perfectly. But when there's two on one side,
who the fuck wants to watch y'all?
But that's what I'm saying.
It's about you. Yeah, y'all should automatically made it for 4 people. Like, who the fuck wants to watch y'all talk all fucking day?
Everyone.
No.
Everyone.
People watch like these motherfuckers not talking yet. Did the person show up yet?
I've literally cut tens of
So wait,
fans.
how's your son? How's your son?
Oh, it's good. Like he just had a little split on his head. So like, I mean, I was getting ready this morning. We woke up. Marley was doing her thing. She's running around. We're getting her ready to go to daycare. Actually, she had an eye appointment. So Cole's gonna take her to the eye appointment. Damn dogs running around barking and shit. And then we get a call. Oh, your son split his head open. Like,
So he was already in school.
He's at school, and he like went into a locker. And so his friend opened the locker. He like went down and like hit his head, and like he kept walking around. His friend was like, "Oh, there's something on your head." He touched his head. His friend was like, "Oh, I think that's dye." He goes, "No, I think I'm fucking bleeding." You know, just bleeding down the back of his head, and so they had to like sit him on. It's not bad. He's okay though.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the text from Khama this morning. Like, I might be there at 8:58 and 55 seconds.
I mean, like I live 10 minutes from here, and his school's literally like 5 minutes away from here. So it was just like they just called, and it was like what was it, like 8 o'clock or something? I'm like, oh shit! So I like ran up, got here, get back, did all that and stuff, you know. And that's why I didn't eat anything. I was like, man, I don't really eat breakfast anyway, but.
We're making you run around this morning.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like I don't have a life or anything.
Once again, Ryan making Khama do tricks.
Exactly. On my fucking day off. jump. Like, you ever see Zoolander? Like, damn, Zoolander. That's how I felt with that shit. And I was sitting there like,
dude, you got a gift basket.
Give him a baseball. Throw a baseball.
There you go, right?
That's the craziest.
Can you do like seal tricks or anything?
I can break your table. Hey, you want to see? Hey, you want to see a trick?
He said you couldn't lift it. I don't know if you heard the
leg press.
I can lift this.
He said you couldn't lift it.
If I lift it, I'm gonna throw it like Hulk though.
He said you could only lift it with your legs.
All right.
Oh, dude, you can definitely leg press it.
My legs are strong as fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, this table is serious.
We've heard tales. That's one of my favorite things about Khama is like the gym tales that you hear kind of off the record ish, but like everybody I've ever heard spar with you is like, I hate sparring with Khama.
It's fun, man. People love sparring me. That's a lot, man. People love sparring.
Yeah, man. Come in and get that free trial.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I don't let people come in. I mean, if you're like, as being a business owner and shit, you should hear me go on my business for it. So I'll be at the gym like, yo, motherfuckers, get your Academy, how can I help you? Everyone's like, yo, that's fake as hell. I'm like, yo, man, it's a business. Shit. I seriously get my professional voice on. Like, you ever see that movie, Thanks for Calling?
No, I never even heard of that, actually.
Oh, man, there's a guy from, you watch Atlanta? Anybody?
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Not Donald Glover. His Paperboy's buddy.
Gotcha. I don't know his name, but I know.
But that guy, he's in it. It's a true story about a guy who like reinvented like calling people on the phone, like getting like a salesperson on the phone.
Yeah.
And he made this voice where it's like a specialized voice, and he goes, the voice is basically like you don't have a care in the world. And he's just like, hello, and it's just like really just inviting. And people's like, damn, this guy's awesome. Exactly. So it's a trippy, wild out there movie. It's definitely worth seeing.
I like that. I gotta ask you, Khama, put you on the spot a little bit. What's the phone screen is giving me anxiety, bro? You gotta get that fixed.
I ordered my phone. I have a new phone. It's on the way.
Okay, good.
It should be here probably today. Because my last phone looked like this because my daughter, she'd be watching Cocomelon shit, and then she'd just be, man, fuck this phone when the commercial would come on Cocomelon. So she broke it a couple times. And then when she finally, like, she's like 4 now, when she got to be like 3, like, I could be like, yo, chill with that. And she would like, wouldn't throw it.
Okay.
But I got a new phone like 6 months ago. And then like the day that I got it, I was at the gym and I'm wrapping my hands, and my phone was sitting on my shelf next to the locker. And I'm like, oh, I should probably grab my phone and put it down so it doesn't fall. And as I grab it, it just slides out of my hand because my glove just hits the ground. And I'm like, and then like over like time and time, I'll put it in your pocket. Like it's pretty messed up.
You're just used to it at this point, though.
Yeah, man, I don't give a shit. I don't like tech. I'm not a really big materialistic. Only thing I like materialistic is my car. That's about it. And I scraped my rims the other day.
What do you got? You still got that M4?
Yeah. So like I scraped my rims and I was mad as. I actually wrecked the car too yesterday. It was a long day, but not like a long day. Not like a wreck, like smash, but like I was driving. I was getting off the Green Tree exit and somebody ran the red light, and this guy in front of me had like slammed on his brakes. But I was going slow, so it just touched him. So I didn't even get any damage like at all. Like my girl just touched him. He just had like a little line, and he had his kid in the car, and he was like, "Oh, I'm okay." He was like really understanding because like I would have been kind of mad at my kid, but it wasn't my fault. Someone ran the red light, so he slammed on his brakes, and like I was like slowly pulling up to get to there, and I just kind of touched him. So, but like so.
Also, good luck getting in a road rage fight with Khama Worthy.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
not a good idea.
I will say I drive my car like it's supposed to be driven. Like I have like that car is like 400 horsepower. So it's the M4 is not the competition because it's like the competition is all rear wheel drive. And I'm like, I'm in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you need that
like
all
the
wheel.
fuck.
Yeah.
As soon as it starts raining or snowing, you're gonna be sliding all over the place, stuck in a tree somewhere. So I got the all-wheel drive, the M4 40i, all-wheel drive. It doesn't have 500 horsepower. But who the fuck really needs 500 horsepower?
No, absolutely nobody.
Like I'm like,
I mean,
not in
need
Pittsburgh.
and, like,
What? Yeah.
is it awesome?
So I mean, like my next car is a Ferrari. I'm already looking at it. So I don't really so I don't buy stuff. Like I'm putting my shoes up, right? I brought those. I said I didn't put them on your table because I'm not that disrespectful. I got these like 8 years ago, right? These pants right here, I brought these about the same time, about 7-8 years ago. This shirt, I get shirts are given to me for sponsorships or like people like want me to sponsor stuff like that. So, but I don't wear jewelry.
I'm just shocked that you have clothes that aren't UFC.
Oh yeah, but that's because
almost every time
and then you see me, I'm wearing UFC shit because it was free. So I'm gonna wear the fuck out of it until there's holes in it. I'm like, I don't pay for, like, I don't like stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a minimalist. I can live on like when I moved in with Nicole, I had my I like TV. So I had a big ass TV and I had 3 bags. She goes, "Where's all the rest of your stuff?" I'm like, I gave it to people. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I gonna move my furniture? Like, do we have 2 sets of furniture? And you know what you do when you do that? What do people do? They get storage, and then they pay to hold shit, and then that shit ends up being left there, and then like you forget about it, and then some asshole makes a TV show about people selling your shit. Like, think about that. That's America right there.
Dude, he
that's
ran that
fucking
scenario
mind blowing.
so
That's
awesome.
mind blowing.
I love
like
it.
that's the reality of it. There's actually shows about people that were paying for shit that they didn't need, and then forgot that they were paying for because the debit card probably expired, and then you just left it. That happens so much that there's thousands and millions of things, and people come there by, I'm gonna get this storage. Yeah, he forgot. The fuck, like
that show's kind of good too.
It is, but it's sad. It's really sad though. On a human, think like a human. It's sad. Do you know how many storage there's like storage things all over? I'm just like, why do you need storage?
That's like the get rich quick. Like,
because
throw up a storage.
And the thing is, it's like people like it's not like these are stores for people that are millionaires. These are regular people that have regular jobs that are short on money. They have storage. Why? I'm gonna need this one day. No, you're not. Throw it the fuck away.
Well, I always tell people, like, by the time you put something that's not a holiday decoration in your attic, you're done with it. You're done.
Every year,
you're done. You're done.
So every year, I go through my closet, and if I didn't wear that outfit, I throw it away. If I didn't wear something, I throw it away.
Can you come to my house?
Unless it's a suit jacket or dress pants, like I have like suits, but if I didn't wear it, I throw it away.
That's good.
Because if not, you're literally, I'm like, I wear, like you said, I wear the same 12, 15 shirts. Like I have to force myself to like wear different clothes. I'm like, I don't need to buy
what'd you wear
clothes.
a suit for last? Last suit affair, a wedding.
I think I wore a suit to like for the charity event that I went for, the cigar thing. I think I wore it for that. Like I don't wear suits. I train. I wear shit to sweats. I don't wear jeans. Like, I'm gonna show up to teach class today. They're really lazy. But oh my god, you have on jeans? I don't wear jeans. I'm training at all. Like I'm in and out of the gym all day. So like I don't.
So what's Khama Worthy doing in like 20 years?
I'm probably hunting Martians because like we're gonna be in Space Wars.
Nice.
Where's
that sci-fi?
Like,
I mean, are you at the academy? Are you full-time coaching? Like what?
Yeah, there's multiple different things. Like one of my friends actually came up with a really like creative job idea for me yesterday and stuff that she was trying to give me, because like I'm really good with talking to people and getting them to like understand growth and just talk. I'm like when I do personal training, my personal training is like 50% personal training, and then the rest of it, I'm like a therapist. You know, I'm kind of like
nice.
like working people through things and stuff. So I can do that. So she does some kind of. So I'm not really going to like jinx myself and spit it too out. But yeah, I mean, like I'm a martial artist. I'll probably be doing something with martial arts, or maybe I'll hit the lottery and you won't see a lot of me. I tell you right now, if I hit the lottery, you won't be seeing me. Yo, where's Khama? Go on.
He's out.
Did you enjoy? I know you did some like stuff with like going to schools and speaking there and all that stuff. Like, did you enjoy that? Is that like,
yeah,
are speaking engagements like things you're interested in?
Yeah, I enjoy. Like, I still do that now. Like there's a lady Jess. She works up at the school and up there in McKees Rock and stuff. So she's a teacher up there. So like, I go there. And I don't like to make posts about it and stuff. I get it, but I think that's kind of cheesy. I don't know. I think that's cheesy. Like, I mean, like, you ever see people
like a story?
Like, hey, here I go.
Like, this
I'm
is what I'm
helping
doing
this old
today.
lady going across the street.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Like, I hate that. Like why are you making? So I just do it to do it. Like, I don't do it like. I want to make a post.
My least favorite is when people film themselves giving a homeless person something. It's like, dude, just give them whatever. Like, that's cool.
Or like give it to them. Then like so like I'll do this a lot. Like I do a thing. I'm like I like to give homeless people money. And people say that's a bad thing. I'm like, but you don't understand. But, well, what if they're not really homeless? Like, well, what the gives a fuck? Like, you never know. Like, when I lived in New York, I lost my wallet one day, and I had to ask people for money to catch my bus back. And that was the weirdest, most degrading feeling I've ever felt in my life. And like, people are like, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, yo, I lost my wallet. I need to get back home. And they're like, and they're just like, oh yeah, and I finally got money, but I'm like, yo, this is rough. This is hard. Yeah. You never know how people get there. Is it some people's fault? Yes. But in the same sense, if I can change someone's life, you never know. Like give them 20. And what's the big deal? What's $20? Like what's $20?
But could you also change their life for the bad? Like, would that $20 go better to an organization that's making sure that
really
$20?
All right, so really, I put it this way. All right, so who was it? What's the Red Cross or whatever? The problem I have with organizations are they have CEOs. Even if they're nonprofit, they have CEOs who make mad money.
Well, not all of them.
Most of them, like a lot, bro. Like you be sitting like, no, fuck.
Dude, have you ever gone to the Washington City Mission?
No.
So, you had a, was it?
We have food drive. We go there.
A food drive.
Yeah, we did a food drive up there. Yeah. Now that's different.
Well, that's not Washington though. That I think you did one for
no, we
Light of
Washington.
Life. Or was it Washington City Mission?
No, we were out in Washington. Yeah.
Washington City Mission is like awesome. They don't they're very frugal when it comes to financials and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you have to get around and do it. But like with me, I'm like, I can just give this guy $20. Mm-hmm. It's a spur of the moment thing. I stop at the light. This guy, and I take it as a feeling for. It's more of a feel thing. I'm like, I'll feel your energy. There's $20. Maybe go get high with it. That's not my problem. But I like to think of like this. Malcolm X used to be a drug addict. You guys do know Malcolm X was a drug addict, drug dealer. You know Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's 2022 and motherfuckers don't be doing shit now. Like, Malcolm X, like, was he like a rapper? Like, I fucking know. You guys, hold up, y'all should know. Yeah. I was asking young kids, I was like Malcolm X, and it was like, like extends friend or something. So get the fuck away from me. I can't stand y'all. But so you never know people's path. You never know who someone's going to become. So imagine if Malcolm X would have never been a drug dealer, he would have never been, or a drug addict, he would never become Malcolm X. It's those points of life that led him to that point.
Yeah. It's kind of worth the risk, man. Humans can do amazing things. Like, you never know.
Yeah. If you look, think like my Mad Titan friend here, if you only see the bad in people, then the world's a fucked up place. I wouldn't do anything if everything you do can technically be swashed and turned into something negative. Like, literally everything that you do from this show, someone could sit there and take the toxic things from this show, like you doing nasty stuff at the beginning, and that's all they get. That's all they get from the fucking show.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Lights on. The lights on.
That's all they get. You see what I mean? Like, so it just depends. That people are people. That's just the way it is.
That's true. Man, people will cut this up, I'm sure. Like,
write a song of that. People are people.
That's the one thing I can't do is sing. I suck at singing.
You do? Give
suck at
it.
singing.
Give a couple bars. Can you rap? Can you?
I can rap. I used to do poetry.
Nice.
Like I used to write poetry. All
Freestyle?
the time.
I could see that.
Nah, no freestyle. Not right
Never
now.
knew that.
No freestyle.
Did you perform? Did you perform?
I used to perform at the Shadow Lounge on East Liberty all the time.
Nice.
Like all the time.
Liberty.
No, I never knew that.
Okay, so I mean, like, I've done someone was asking me something the other day, and I was like, I've lived a million lives. Like, people just don't get. I've really done a lot of different stuff.
When was that? Like, how old were you?
I think 14. Like from 14 to like
really?
18. Yeah, a whole bunch.
You were a
Dude.
kid.
Poetry, modeling, fighting.
You lived in Moon, right?
Yeah. But like, we would go to there was a mentoring program. Like that's why I do stuff with kids. I used to go to a mentoring program. It was called Visions, and like they would just do stuff with kids and stuff. But then they you would they would do you get to know people. You do poetry nights and stuff like that. Then I would meet a lot of people. A lot of the mentors and stuff were like kids that went to Pitt and stuff. So you would get like a kind of an adult concept of life. So I go to Pitt and like you do all kinds of stuff there. And like so it's just kind of different and stuff.
That's sweet. I love that. Never knew that. See, that's a layer of Khama Worthy uncovered.
Do
you have any like? Can you spout? Yeah, you were about to. You were ready to.
Yeah, I haven't done poetry in a long time. I'm a master drummer too.
What?
I played the Congos for like 6 years. I'm like a master. I've performed downtown. I performed in Baltimore. I performed at New Year's in downtown Pittsburgh. I'm a master Congo player. I can still play the drum. You brought a set of Congos and I'd play them like I'm a master Congo player.
Dude, that's awesome. We need to get
I've
get
done
them
that.
set
That's
up.
a lot of stuff. And people are like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, nah, I'll find a picture.
Your podcast, you can have
Hey,
Congos.
Dude, I was telling Kirk about some stuff, and he was like, "Wait, what?" Like, because I dated at one time. I dated Fred Hampton Jr.'s daughter.
I don't know who that is. I'll be honest.
So did you watch the movie? So Fred Hampton was a Black Panther out in Chicago, and his I'm pretty sure you watched the movie. What is it called? Son of Judah. Black. What the hell is the name of the movie? Black. I think it was Black Judas. It had the guy in it. Shit,
I don't know the name of the movie or the guy. Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
The guy from Get Out and stuff.
Yeah,
he was in the movie.
That.
They just did the movie. So I guess I've done a lot of
interesting
things. Yeah, that's what brings me to this point. That's why I don't judge people. I'm very non-judgmental. I've done this. I've had to take a lot of different.
Quick, if you ask me,
What?
I mean,
well, you were an asshole. So it's just like an asshole is an asshole. I'm not being judgmental. I'm just reading you. Like, this guy's an asshole. No, but like, a lot of different places have led you to where you're at now. So I just accept that. And that helps me out a lot with fighting as well. So
Sure. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. It's crazy to me, man, how fighting, like you talk about all these things that you've done, how diverse you are. Like fighting has been such a constant. At so many times you could have backed it up.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, like my family called me Blackie Chan. I asked Dominic Cruz to say that on for my second fight.
Did he say it?
He goes, "There's no way in hell I'm going to be Blackie Chan." I'm like, dude, like my family used to call me Blackie Chan because I used to
have permission.
I used to, and he's sitting there like, I'm not saying that on TV. Dude. He was like, "There's no way I'm calling you Blackie Chan on TV." I'm like, "No, I'm good. Say it, dude." No, I'm not losing my job. The fuck out of here. I was dying.
Such a pro.
It was him and I think it was him and Bisbee, and they were like, "No, I'm not calling you Blackie Chan."
That's great.
Well, that's like when Master White Fang. I thought no. I thought the first time I ever heard you say his name, it was on like I thought you said Master Black Fang. or no,
White Fang.
No, Master White Fang. White Fang. And I was like, that's interesting.
That's a very interesting name.
Does he have a real name?
Dan.
Do you know his last name?
Smurl.
Okay, I
but
was.
no one else knows that. No one else knows. His name is Master White Fang. His kids, his wife's name is Mrs. Fang, and everyone's like, "Who's that one?" That's Mrs. Fang. Who's his kid? That's Junior Fang. That's Little Fang. Like,
I run into him, and I just feel like I don't know his name. And I'm like,
I don't know it either. I never knew it until now.
White Fang.
Yeah, I'll say it.
That's hilarious because there's some students who be like, so is his name like Fang? Like his first name like Master? I'm like, no, that's not his real name. Like, what's his name? Master what Fang? Like, no, so what's his name? Like, yeah, just don't worry. That's
Just
all
go with it. That's his
like
name.
Craig.
Just say
No
it.
one knows Craig as Craig. Craig's called McGregor.
Oh, you guys call him
Yeah, I call him McGregor because he's
Nice.
fucking
His obsession with Connor,
fucking,
right? Yeah.
everything he's ever done was on McGregor. Fucking McGregor tattoo on his back. Him and his buddy had one. I'm like, that's really suspect. But I always fucking. I'm like, dog, turn that into something. I was getting another man's tattoo on you. But like his name is like McGregor. Like everyone. Once I give you a nickname, like no one knows. Like there's a little kid who used to work with Jamal. I think Jamil, and his name I call him Sniper. He works with Tony Young Keller now, still with boxing and stuff. And now everyone, that's all he's known as. His parents call him Sniper. Like that's his name. And like once I give you a nickname, don't expect your name to be. So don't fuck with me.
Well,
if I give you a nickname that's not nice,
That's sticking.
like that's it, dude. It's a wrap.
Well, do we have Craig Perry listed as with a nickname?
No, we don't.
I think
McGregor.
He's
Throw
called
McGregor.
Yeah,
Perry.
he's calling him Craig. No, just call me McGregor.
I love Craig.
It's like
dude.
grandparents. Like, you don't call him like he's just it's just
Dude,
McGregor.
I love Craig because like he has it. Like he has the, I don't know. He just has that the way. Like, dude, as a debuting amateur, he was throwing like combos. Like,
Oh yeah, Craig. I like Craig because I like his work ethic, right?
Yeah.
And I like that he doesn't overdo the thought process of where he needs to be. Like, unfortunately, for a lot of fighters, they set expectations so high. They're like, it's like if you show up to like a law firm on your first day, you're like, you're the shit guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy up top is literally just throwing monkey shit at you. Like, you're getting coffee and shit. They're knocking the coffee over. This is a fucking dick guy. You're like, but the first day you go to work, you're like, I'm gonna be fucking partner in 2 weeks. No, the fuck you ain't. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I try to explain these kids. I'm like, dude, if you want to be like partner at a law firm, you're gonna get shit on for about 8 years.
Yeah.
If you go to a doctor, like you go to you're gonna be like somebody's like shit assistant for like ever until you're not gonna be a top surgeon. Like, I'm gonna be a top surgeon. Like, no, you're not. Like, unless you're like some fucking genius who invents some new type of blood flow, whatever,
Sure.
some shit like some synthetic blood. Like, yeah, my name is whatever, some Russian name. So that's usually motherfuckers be crazy.
It has to be a Russian.
Some Russian or some Ukrainian motherfucker. Yeah, they tested it on people in their country, and now they bring it out. Like, that's what I have to say. I'm like, oh, how many fucking dead people are because of it?
Don't worry about that. It works.
Yeah, it works exactly. But unless that's like, but that's why I be trying to explain these guys. I'm like, dude, like you can't just jump to the top.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's why I like Charles Oliveira.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
What
the
a run.
definition of motherfucker. I've been here.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and like in the UFC now, I don't think, like, as much as I am a huge fan of my man I think he's gonna kill Izzy.
Pereira.
I mean, Pereira's world class. Like, I've been like actually like when I'm trained, like me and my coach.
Is that the dude that beat him kickboxing?
Yeah, I beat him
Yeah,
twice. That's like I steal a lot. I mean, I used to steal a lot. I still do steal a lot of Izzy shit. But I really started watching because I was more of an Izzy fan. Before he was in MMA, I liked Izzy in kickboxing. And I wanted him to beat Pierre both times, lost both times. I was so upset. So I didn't really like Pierre. But I finally started to watch some of his film and watch him train stuff and how he trains. That dude's fucking
He's insane.
pinpoint.
Yeah.
He's a complete killer. And again, his physical body is a cheating. Like Strickland was right. Strickland was like, yeah, if I was 6'8", I'd be able to. I'm like, yeah, but you have to still take that into consideration. And like, and Strickland was like, he has an 80-inch reach on me. I'm gonna just like, yeah, dude, this guy's long as fuck. You can't walk into him the way you do everyone else. Like, that's obvious. But yeah, like you gotta like get like.
So you think he's gonna beat Izzy? When's that fight?
It's on November.
Dude, I used to know all this stuff. I don't know.
I don't
any of it.
remember when it is either.
Yeah, he's gonna smoke. I think he's gonna smoke it.
It might be the same night as your fight, actually.
No,
Tom. It's
that's
not.
that's
one's
that's
that?
Oliveira now.
Oh
It's that
yeah.
night.
Yep, you're right.
But like that's why with him,
But that's
don't-
during the day, though, right?
no,
That's in Abu Dhabi.
but it might be
don't know.
nighttime.
No, I think it's during the day.
I'm not too sure. We'll see.
I think I looked at it because I was like, I always like look at our shows and
See
like,
when they post up.
what are
and
we
shit.
competing
right.
against?
But Pierre, he's fought 3 times in UFC. He's getting a title shot. That's a load of shit. But Like they set him up the right way to get there.
Absolutely.
They set him up the right way. They were doing. They gave him Strickland. I mean, Strickland had been upsetting people.
Mm-hmm.
Like Strickland was just like upsetting people.
He was
like
the perfect.
He's that fucking drunk guy. Just keeps fucking. Oh damn! How the hell is he doing this? And Strickland he kept beating people that he wasn't supposed to beat.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh,
here we go.
Let's give him this. Like, Strickland's like, I'll fucking fight him. Like Strickland should be like, if Strickland was smart, he should have said, no, I'm not fighting him.
Yeah.
Strickland should have had a title fight. He was one of like a 6-fight win streak or some shit. Like
he was like number 4. I want to say.
Strickland should have like done some shit. Like even though like he talks mad crazy shit, but he's like the UFC was kind of using him as like a side. He's a sideshow. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think they'd ever want him having a fucking belt. He'd be running around with cocaine and all kind of crazy shit.
Dude's
calling people all type of like fucked up names and shit. Like, oh damn, with the UFC belt tied around his fucking head or some shit. They're like, nah, but we can use him to sell shit. Yeah, like Strickland's he can sell.
And that's part of the game that like I think a lot of people don't understand. And I think a lot of these young fighters think, I'll just go in there and fight, I'll win, I'll like do all this stuff, but they don't get like, hey, like you need to be building your fan base. You need to be like.
No, I think they do it too much. I think it's the total opposite.
No one's pushing tickets like they used to. Like your marks, like your Mark Jericho's, your
MMA isn't big in Pittsburgh. It's hard. Dude, I was,
I have guys that don't even try.
Oh yeah, some people are fucking lazy.
That's what I mean.
Like that's the thing.
If you're not selling 20 tickets,
then no one's gonna put you on the show. Why would I put you on the show? You're wasting my time.
And that's what exactly like we get that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't get that. I mean, like selling massive amounts, but like it's. I mean, it's hard to people be like wait. I'm about to do I'm about to do my own promo. Cause I have another shirt from the other guy that gives me. It's like a morph shirt, like from X-Men. So I have to do I'm gonna do a little promo with that. I'm gonna do a little something with that. So the next couple of weeks I'll be doing shit. Then I might run around downtown naked, do something little promo.
That's a good call. Yeah, absolutely.
That's always the answer.
Yeah.
Or maybe get like elephant underwear. There's like a thong. There's like an elephant with his ears. The ball is going to his ears, and
there we go.
The trunk going to his trunk.
There we go. He's thought this out.
That's your training.
If I weigh in and I have that on, y'all can be sitting around. Yo, what the fuck? Don't be surprised.
He said he was going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think Serb's coming out here ananymore. I think
Serb would love that shit. Serb would love that shit.
Watching you and who was it? You and Dempsey when Serb was like laying into someone. Do you remember that? Yeah, Serb's laying into someone. You guys are just cracking up, laughing, like pointing.
Serb, he's sometimes he'll be really happy, and sometimes he'll you piece of shit. Get him, sir. What they do? Get on him. That's how he gets there, bro.
Sick him, sir.
Hey, that's the world star of the MMA world. Like, when Sir goes, it's like world star.
Yes.
Well, he's the definition of like Napoleon syndrome.
Yeah, I mean,
I just think he's just like. He's after doing this for so long, he's just fucking here. How many shit people do you think he's gone through?
Right.
But here's the thing. No, man, I'm ready to go. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm ready to go. He's like, I'm not the only man. That's a rough job.
The problem is he's like that doesn't work. You can't act like that in real life. Like you can't keep your job and act like that in real life. If you're government and you don't have like,
bro, have you seen what the presidents do nowadays? you're in the wrong world.
All government, like
that's how it is now.
Like they don't have to be accountable for anything. So
that's where we.
That's
live
the problem.
That's hey man, we're back. That's not really nothing new. That's how human race has been forever. Like
it's true.
Like people with power abuse it. Yeah. Sorry.
I will say about Serb, like I've always had really good experiences with him. I've heard fighters had really good experiences with him, and it seems like he genuinely wants safe fights. Like he is looking out for fighters.
Serb, I've literally never had any problem with Serb. I've seen him dig into some people for no reason. Like who's just literally just like, the fuck is this shirt doing? What's wrong, Serb? Look at this fucking. He kicks him in the ass. I'm like, no, there's some stuff he does. I'm like, no, you can't do that. This motherfucker's just crazy, dog.
He did that with Taylor Cahill.
Yeah,
like he grabbed Taylor Cahill. Like he was doing a post-fight interview. Like this is back during COVID when we had to do the post-fight interview with like
the headset
in a bubble.
Yeah, in the bubble. And It was 45 seconds. He's like, there's been 10 minutes.
It's been 10 minutes.
And he was probably like, yo, what the fuck, dog? Like,
And he's like, whoa, like.
he's like, you blow on him too hard, he disappears.
And now Taylor really likes Serb. Like I've heard Taylor say that he like respects Serb a lot, and that worked. Like in that instance, I guess it worked.
He has like, as a pro. He's denied like 4 or 5 fights of mine before. So you have to like the guy. If he doesn't like you, then he can fuck your job up. So,
well, you don't have to like him.
Well, you better kiss his ass.
That's a different story.
I'm not really asking, but I just think he's a hard nose. Like, you know, I mean, he has like everyone has their own fucking problems. Like, you know, I mean, I know I got my problems. I'm awesome. That's a problem sometimes, being awesome.
Too awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just sweat awesomeness.
Same,
Same
here.
People run around trying to get some of your awesomeness. And shit. I'm like, all right, come on, man. Just drip all off of this. Awesomeness is dripping all over the place.
Sweet. Well, beautiful. Dude, this has been awesome. This is our inaugural podcast. It's been awesome catching up with you.
Yeah, man. That's fun. We ain't talk no fight shit.
I know.
Like, damn, man.
We'll have to do that next time.
I know, right? Seriously.
2 days before the fight, we're going to have you back in here doing backflips and talking about the fight.
Jump!
2 days before the fight, hey, come on, I'm gonna bring my whole fucking entourage.
Bring them off.
I'm gonna start doing like a boxer and shit. You know, you ever see that with boxers?
Oh, dude.
Like, hey, man, we're gonna spar tonight. I like, hey, all right, cool. Then first they'll show up at 12.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, we're supposed to spar. Hey, yeah, man, I got caught up. Now, this is my cousin. This is my boy. This is my twin from like a long time ago. We just found him. So he's gonna give you some rounds. You never know. It might be him. It might be me. And then this is my one coach. This is my coach's coach, who's blind, but he can still see. I'm telling you, he's a shit. He can hear your feet and shit, right? And this is my man. This is my girl. And then he looks over and goes, this is my side piece. Like, this is my kid. This is my dog. And those out there, those is my boys. Like 8 motherfuckers. Yo, this brought 80 fucking people in here, dog. And then they'll like sit around. They'll like get their shit together. It's like, they'll wrap their head. Like,
what level boxer is that? Is that your like mid?
No, that's like good boxers. Like, yeah, that's how boxers are. Like, guys, they are. You're like, what the fuck, man? Like, it takes forever. But like, you get good work. It's just they just take.
Do you do any like? Who all do you work out boxing with? Other than Chris?
My man Danny, he's a boxer from Ohio. He actually just won. I think he just went down to Puerto Rico or Cuba and won. So I actually just hit him up. And we're supposed to get some more. He's about to get back in the camp, so we'll hopefully get some work in and stuff. But I don't really work with too many boxers. I be asking for work and shit. You know, boxers are weird about working with MMA fight. Like I've gone to the freaking Brunson House, and I got some working with there. Some guys up there I've got a little work with and stuff. But you know,
I haven't talked to Richie in a while. What's going on with his bare knuckle? Have you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep up. Like I know he was supposed to do a bare knuckle fight, but I don't know what happened.
He got signed by them a while ago.
I don't think he fought. I don't think he fought though. I know for sure he hasn't fought.
Maybe he has to talk about it.
Well, yeah, Richie hit us up, or we'll hit you up.
Yeah, like get him up there and have him talk about it.
Yeah, he's a hike though. He's pretty far up there.
He's in New Kens. New Kens.
Is he up in New Kensington?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where he lives.
I know he has his gym and shit. So like he's probably like doing gym shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, he got like 4, 5 kids.
Yeah, he's got a squad.
That shit's hard. That's fucking work.
Plus, he's got them all wrestling and
he's doing all over the place. He's doing all kinds of shit.
It's funny. Like I'll see him at like youth wrestling stuff, and my like other dads, they're like, "Dude, that dude has a neck tattoo." Is
that who you buy your drugs from, Ryan?
Yeah. He's like the guy at the youth wrestling that everyone's like, "I'm staying away from that dude." And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about him. He's super nice." Oh, and he's a professional boxer. He's getting into bare knuckle. I'll mess with that guy.
Let me go talk to him.
I'd be doing that bare knuckle shit. Like, fuck that shit,
dude. I think it's crazy.
I don't get it.
Nope. My man, I was sparring with Rocky last night. I tell Rocky all the time, "You're a fucking Titan." Like that's why my nickname for Rocky is the Mad Titan. He's fucking Thanos. Because
how old is he now? Is he 40?
43.
43.
Dude,
yeah,
that's insane.
Rocky's a granddad.
Yeah,
that's Rocky's a granddad.
Wow,
Rocky's a granddad. Rocky's a granddad.
Poor grandma.
That dude is no fucking joke. I be telling people like Rocky's like He's legit and shit. So I mean,
is he's coaching at Stell, right?
yeah, he coaches at South and stuff. He teaches down there and stuff. But yeah, but he does burn out. I'm like, nope. Yeah,
So-
man. If I'm doing a bare knuckle fight, it's for
A whole boatload.
it has to be over like 6 figures. That's the only way I'm doing a bare knuckle fight because I'm breaking my fucking hands.
Absolutely.
And I'm not. I can't beat my dick for 6 months. He like that. He's like, that's awesome. I got
Danny Paul.
I'm like, my shit's all fucked up. I need to have some money.
Danny Manning.
I got the problem.
Yeah. So, did you ever see that video? Did you ever see that video of that girl that like?
Whoa! I
just-
thought you was trying to make this PG, dog.
Come on, man.
What's he trying to do,
Get
man?
your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, you mean Taylor?
the girl that was in the bare knuckle fight?
Yeah,
And they're
She's
like,
hey,
her
I'm
whole
happy.
face-
I'm happy to be here.
It's
She's
the greatest
She's awesome. I
experience
love
of my
her.
life.
She's so fucking funny.
There's, like you can't even tell.
Yeah.
It looks like she has like camo on her face.
Yeah.
And people
it really
been like
does.
making like all kind of memes. Like my first day of my new job, like, oh, this is great. I mean, like, it's different and fun. Like, yeah, that's bare knuckle.
My landlord here sent me that video. Like,
That's
this is
great.
what you're doing. No, we're not bare knuckle,
Not quite.
As well, it's a growing business.
dude. I'm not even into that. Like,
I can't. I mean, I watch a little bit of like of course, I watch Rockies. I don't know.
We couldn't do it, could we? Like,
No,
Serb would
yeah.
never
No.
approve.
Sarah
Yeah.
can shoot you.
Yeah.
If you can't
Yeah.
sit there, I want a beer to bang.
I think there was some guys in Philly, like on that side of the state, that did some kind of combat jiu-jitsu, and like he suspended them all.
Yeah,
like
he wasn't all about that.
Yeah,
That was out in Bethlehem or Allentown.
Did
I
they
think.
combat jiu-jitsu?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I know Dylan Harnish and
Yeah, got
some
suspended.
other. Yeah,
What's
Jiu-jitsu
wrong
was
with-
slapping.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
That's just MMA, but not.
I don't know.
coaching.
He did it unsanctioned.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
they
they
did
just didn't
unsanctioned.
go through
Oh.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just.
Oh, but they had
And
like
I
a
don't
grappling match. Sarah's not in charge of that. See, he's overreaching. See,
Well,
he's doing
see,
his government thing.
here's the other thing.
Actually,
Yeah, we were just asking, like we were inquiring, hey, we want to have some grappling bouts, and he's like, you'll have to have it separate and blah blah blah. And I was like, well,
it
it's
has
not
to be-
sanctioned.
It can't be.
And he said, it's now everything's sanctioned now. Everything,
even grappling.
grappling,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu,
That's because they're just trying to fucking get money. Greedy
That's
motherfuckers.
exactly what
They're
Well,
doing
you
the
called
fucking
it.
mafia shit, just having their hands and everything
One-
and shit. That's
yeah.
fucked up. Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so because we were going to add some like super fights, but it wouldn't make sense anymore because we got to get a different promoter's license, and like we got to do all this
There's
stuff,
all kind of shit. On top
and
of
it
it.
can't do it in the cage. You
Yeah.
have to do it in like you can't like
Yeah.
so then we don't then the space then we need
My
to buy
last
mats.
fight, they had super grappling matches and shit. Like they're at like, you do whatever the fuck y'all want.
Yeah,
to
that
do
was in
here, man.
Tennessee.
Like, yeah,
That's-
you whatever the fuck you want to do out there, man.
Yeah, that's I desire that. I mean,
I desire that.
I mean, just like some of the things that get rejected are like this bout makes sense. Like I've had ones I fought for. Okay, Trent Zadarko was fighting. This is the last time he lost his pro loss. We had to like literally bend over backwards to make that fight happen because he was afraid that Trent Zadarko would run over and
he
ended
lost.
up being the opposite. Like,
Yeah, I
and not that it was just.
It's just
He
the way
got caught.
it is. Yeah, man, it's.
But it was a fair fight, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't-
Like
I-
he'll reject a lot of fair
but
fights.
he agreed to my last fight in Pittsburgh. And y'all were all like, remember the interview? You guys like, isn't this exciting? I'm like, fuck no, this is gonna be a fucking massacre. What the fuck are y'all talking about? It's Bellator versus the UFC. This is a great. I'm like, are you guys fucking high? Have you guys been watching? And I'm like, when they told me separate proofs, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, Khama just roasting us right now.
I was like, that's
Hey,
insane.
You got to find people that will accept the fight. With
Oh,
you.
I know. I mean, but I because remember we had a guy from Mississippi who was like 8-2, and he wanted to fight, and I was like, yeah. And then Sir goes, nah, fuck that. His athletic commission sucks.
Yep.
And then he came back, y'all gave him 3. He goes, yeah, this guy will do the job. I'm like,
Well, he's
What
seen
are you
him fight
seeing?
before,
No,
and
yeah.
that's what.
I
And-
was
and-
so
and
blown
so-
away by that.
So you don't see all the like jostling that has to happen in order to make some fights happen. He'll reject things that we're like, dude, this is
a great fight. Yeah, he's undefeated, but who is he? I'm like, that's his problem. Like, what do you mean? If someone's like, I don't. This is my thing. And then you go to some of the boxing cards.
Oh man, insane.
Yo, I'm like, Sam, how'd you improve this guy? This guy's 14-3, and this guy's 3-37.
Yeah.
Goes, but that's a tough fucking 37. He has 30
good losses.
He has 30 fucking fights. I'm like,
that's a tough 37.
that motherfucker's literally just fighting to get hit in the head and move on.
He never made it out of the first round.
I know, but bro, you should see him. You should see him. He's a tough SOB.
He looks great on the pads.
I
think Serb likes it when he's actually seen someone in person.
He does.
Yeah, that helps.
I've heard stories. They say he used to spar people, like to test them. I swear to God, I don't know if it's how true of it, but I've heard that they Serb used to like see if people can like do it. He would go there and spar.
Definitely want to add that to our card.
I can see. Yeah. We're just gonna have this as a part of the card.
Serb testing people.
I am one of my
that's awesome.
My friends and my client do privates where she like makes shows and stuff. So we're trying to work on a show with me and maybe another fighter or another athlete or something. It's going to be called To Catch a Troll. And what it's going to be about is it's going to catch a troll, right? To catch a predator, but you catch a troll. So what you're going to do is you're just going to catch people like,
catch a prayer. What's that?
No, to catch a predator.
Predator. Oh, yeah. I thought you said to catch a prayer. Like, did he say that?
Have a seat. Take a seat, Ryan. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
So it's like basically the show's gonna be. It's like you'll just go on people's reviews on people's reviews and just like people. I could have I went to this restaurant and then you'll just usually hit those people up and like I'll be like the talk show. I'll be the host. I'm like, you think you can do it better? Come do this job for a week and make a whole show about it. I'm dead serious about trying to make this show. And then of course we'll have one with fighting. That's the easy one. We'll have one with politics. We'll have one with like football. We'll have one with like restaurant, or like a store or whatever. I mean, like there's so many people write how much better they can do than that. So it would be endless.
Is Bakari still training there?
Who's Picard?
Dominic.
Apparently not.
No. I don't know anyone's names, or especially their last names. I know my first name.
Okay.
So I'm like the white dude with the beard, the black guy with the long hair. That's how I know people.
How do you know Dom?
Dom?
What do you know him as?
Dom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not training there anymore?
No, he hasn't been to the gym in forever. He's off doing his
I didn't know if he was still.
No,
he could do all that.
So
super high level.
Put it on stream too.
Like freaking. So that's where we're trying to. I'm trying to get. Like I might even do like a YouTube thing first. I gotta make sure I get like
we have you covered, bro.
Like what the law, what type of legal stuff I could need to get covered. Because I would be like, okay, if you think you can do this better, like I would have to be able to get permission to bring them into the thing. And then like I know some connections, some Stiller shit and et cetera, and bring people in. And then I think it'd be easy. Like, I think the easiest ones would be like the McDonald's reviews. Like, I was fucking there. And I'm like, all right, well, here's your turn. We're going to bring you to the McDonald's. It's Sunday morning, and you're going to now work as a McDonald's work. So, I think you could like, but then again, the permission you would have to get the lady I'm trying to work with, she makes like big time stuff, like fucking for a Lifetime and Netflix. Nice.
And shit. You're giving away some secrets of
that's cool. If someone else does it, I'll kill him. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Go ahead. Like, I'm not about this. You took my idea.
I'll kill him.
No, you do this
casually.
shit. I'm gonna catch you in the parking lot with some chains. Me and 4 of my guys will stuff the fuck out of you.
And, and the homeless guy that he gave it $20 to will be there now.
Exactly. I'm like, there's $20.
He'll be filming it.
I'm glad I paid that guy.
Come help me stump out this teeth in that motherfucker. Like, oh hell yeah, I do dog.
Dude, did you ever hear the story of Mark Hunt? Like, he's a intense video gamer, I guess, and he was gaming one day, and this person kept talking smack and was just destroying him at whatever game. And Mark Hunt was like, I will literally come to your house. Like, I will come to your house. Keep talking shit. And the kid kept talking shit. And Mark Hunt shows up, and it was like a 12-year-old kid. All right. And Mark Hunt was like, yeah, I made a mistake.
Did he give him his address? That's the world of social media. Like, people don't understand that. I'm like, yeah, all right. Man, I had to stop. Because like there was one kid I was fighting with on social media, he was talking all this shit, and I was like, and I wanted to get cruel. I wanted to get really cruel. And just like, you suck at life. Your life is
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Wait.
Like you shouldn't. You should just go and live in a corner somewhere. No one knows you.
I've never seen you like fire back. Like you just brush that stuff off your
Yeah,
shoulder.
because Nicole was kind of like, "Why?" I'm like, "Yeah, it doesn't make." Because if I get to the point where I want to, I will. I mean, I'm violence first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, okay.
But you normally are like you don't care. Like,
Yeah, I
you're like,
normally
who cares?
don't. But if you get me to the point that I do care, I'm like, all right. Like I tell people all the time, you guys are really lucky that I have a conscience and like I choose humanity. Because if I, being the person I am, if I would have been like on the other side, I'd be the fucking Joker. I'd be the Pittsburgh would be half on fire right now, and everybody's like, damn, come on, this goons to run around destroying the city. Like I'd be the worst human ever.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have if I didn't like care and stuff, because like the type of person I am, like I'm like I can be spiteful and stuff. So but now I just don't let it get to that point.
You used to be like my therapist. Do you remember the times where I was like so upset about like outside circumstances? And you're like, dude,
you can't control it.
you're successful. People are gonna be haters.
Yeah,
like, don't worry about it.
Like, there's nothing. My thing is, it just takes so much energy and like, just takes a lot of energy to be to like deal with that type of shit. Like, and that's the thing. That's when Nicole told me, she's like, okay, you're sitting here fighting with somebody on fucking Instagram. Like, you don't even know this person. But that's the world now. Like, people sit on there like, fuck you. I want this person. Like, especially now with politics. It's election season.
Oh.
I just like to go out and fuck with people. But you know your boy's gonna lose, right? and then
I don't know who your boy is, but whoever it is.
I said, you know he's gonna lose. Did I delete the comments? Then they'll be like, oh, no, fuck what?
That's awesome.
And then they'll be sitting there, they'll be sitting there mad as shit forever. I'm like, yo, like you're sitting there getting your fucking blood pressure up. You don't know.
That's hilarious.
That's how people
oh my
are.
God.
I don't. It is.
That's great. That's good stuff.
Post and ghost.
Yeah,
That's
dude, try that. Go on somebody's show, but you little bitch ass, and then delete. They be like, yo,
What's
why'd you delete that? Like, I didn't write.
I didn't do that.
What are you talking about, dude? Like, that's awesome. What you do. So if your phone beeps, it says, and like, oh wait, because you just see it, you're like, what? It's gone.
Khama's on the loose.
That's
That's the
beautiful.
best thing to do to people. Just mess with them.
Well, get your tickets. We have a show.
A show. Right. Oh, there's a fight. That's right. I got a fight in 3 weeks.
There's a show this weekend.
Yes, there is.
Brawlenberg 13. Khama has fighters from the academy fighting on that show. Tickets are available at 247fighting.com. Get your
But
tickets.
save your money. Fuck that shit, right? In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks. Unless you got it. I know it's a recession right now. Motherfuckers are hurting for cash and shit. But if you have the cash,
this is the place
come
to
to both
spend it.
shows. But seriously, the show this weekend is gonna be fucking awesome. It's a lot of fun. I'll be there.
Khama will be there live and in
Yeah,
person.
am I commentating? Yeah, I'll be there commentating. You guys need to get some better commentating, like fun commentating.
Khama just volunteered
Yeah,
himself to
comment.
commentate. All right, get him a
I'll be there.
headset.
I'll
You'll
be
do
there.
some commentating.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll say fun stuff. Like I'll be like, boom, shakalaka, he hit the floor. Oh shit, that's so fucking awesome.
Shakalaka. He's got the NBA jam.
Yeah. Like, boom, oh shit. I might climb the cage and if people love that shit.
It sounds fun.
Like, you want to go viral?
Kind of.
Exactly, right? Like, commentator climbs the cage and rips his shirt off and runs around as the other guy wins. This is fucking awesome. Did he know the kid? No. I have no idea why he did that. I just did you want to say.
I think we got. So wait, who's lined up for October 20th? No. Oh, you're talking about this weekend?
You want me to commentate my own weekend?
Yeah,
all right, guys, this has been a great fight, but I will be back in a little bit. I have to go fight. I'm not gonna work.
I got a lot going on tonight.
Yeah. Like, man, it's a stressful night for me, but I'm gonna sit here and let you guys know these fights are going first.
And then I'll fight at the end.
Yeah,
That's why we put you in the main event. Yeah, so
that's
you can
when we
commentate
know-
the whole way. And then
we
just be-
know-
yeah. We're gonna have to switch that up.
We know you're keyed in.
For now on, I want to be the first fight,
Oh.
like first fight before the amateurs and everything.
Yeah, I'm sure Serb will approve that.
Sir will love that for sure.
I can talk. I can trip. I can
You
talk
have the
to Sarah.
latest
Sarah,
arriving. You have the latest arriving crowd of anyone too.
They all know.
miss
They all know it's gonna be the last fight. So I want to fucking sit there for them.
They're all-
Even though I tell them like, "Yo, come and show up," and like, You know, I'm like, you know,
Support
show up.
the cause.
You never know who's going to be there.
It looks like when Khama fights, there's a whole section that looks like it's empty until like 9 o'clock rolls by, and,
Yeah,
it's,
like
and
it's
then all of
there.
a sudden it's full.
No, I'd be telling them to get there. Hopefully, there's a whole bunch of people. I mean, I'm telling people, I'm like, yo, hopefully, this is my last local fight. As much as I love fighting local, I'm old. I'm 36. I turned 36 a week before my fight, so I'm old. I'm fucking old. I'm like a fucking dinosaur in the fight game. I'm like, dude,
You're like a seasoned, you're just like,
no, I'm a dinosaur. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Seasons start for 55 season. Man, look at 55. How old is Tony Ferguson? He's like what?
I have no
he's
idea.
like your age.
Yeah, and everyone's like, retire, dog. You old as fuck.
Get out.
Yo, man,
Get out.
Man, like the fight, the 55, the fight age is 24.
Well,
That's the fight age.
that's
55.
crazy.
I am.
Wait, the
12
fight age for what?
50 for 155 is 24. That's the prime fight age.
Yeah,
Like that's the age you start doing. Just
yeah,
is
we're
24.
physically.
Yeah. I mean, I'm giving it about another 3 years. I'm gonna push it and see what happens. Like, get this fight in. This be a good year. I should be 3-1 at the end if everything goes out as planned. I mean, even that last fight was bullshit anyway, but I just had an asshole referee. Like, that was the weirdest experience because I've never had a fight where I didn't think the fight was in. Like, all of my fights, win or loss, I knew I won or I knew I lost. Like, if I lost, I fucking lost. My last fight was the first time where I was like, because I remember at the fight, I'm like, no, son, you're out. And I'm like, no, I'm like, damn, I go out. I'm like, fuck shit. I remember you guys, Kirk was in my corner. He walks. I'm like, yo, did I go out? Like, because I don't remember going out. I remember I got hit. I remember like just 10 seconds left and he hit me and I fell over. I was just tired. I fell over. I remember thinking, fuck, he probably just won this round because he just knocked me down. Like, because the rest of the fight, he got his takedown, he picked me up, he slammed me. Like, we're just beating each other up, just back and forth. And then I'm like, the referee, like, I'm like, fuck, I must have went out. I'm like, fuck, I don't remember going out. And I asked Kirk, I'm like, yo, did I go out? I'm like, I don't remember. I'm like, I remember everything. I remember the entire sound. Like, the sound never went out. Like, when you go out, the sound goes out. That's a big thing when you go out. Like, you can still maybe even see, but your vision and your equilibrium go out. I'm like, I've been knocked out before, like multiple times. I'm like, I know how it feels to get knocked out. Knock people out. I know it feels. I'm like, so, and then I left. And I was like, I stopped and didn't say anything. I was like, all right, I'm not going to ruin this guy's shit. He got his win. Like, I'll take it. And then, like, I watched the video. I'm like, motherfucker. That's exactly like the fuck I thought it was. I'm like, I got hit. I fell over and the referee jumped in. And then I watched his shit. And Dominic Cruz said that about him. He said he doesn't know how to judge fights properly. And, like, he doesn't. He has a weird understanding of, like, how to judge fights. Like, he's done. Like, he doesn't let fights play out. That's right interesting. And it's not just a Dominic Cruz fight. I've seen multiple different fights where it's not like he doesn't stop fights early. He just doesn't let them play out. Like he's weird like that. Like, and then other referees, I've never had a problem with any other referee. Like, even with Chip Snyder, my last fight for 247, where I hit him with that jab and he falls back and his head hits the ground, bang, hard. I stop. I'm like, the fight's over. But Chip's like, no, I'm gonna let you have to finish the fight and him have to get a time. Like, he gets punched over, he's running, the fight was over. But my last fight, he didn't allow that. Like, he kind of stopped it. Like, I'm just sitting like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
from the camera angle that it was live, like you couldn't see how.
I came up and I separated. He jumped because every punch he threw the whole fight, he's fucking he's fucking throwing the hammer. So I was falling over the whole fight when he hit me, even with my hands up, because there's a lot of force being generated. So when he hit me clean, I fucking fell over. The referee jumped in. And I go, yo, I'm like, I'm fine. He goes, no, you went out, bro. And I was like, fuck, did I really go out? And I'm like, and I started second, and I hated that because I second guessed myself, which I've never done before in a fight. I second guessed myself, and then I watched. I'm like, oh, it's exactly like, but it's cool. Like, again,
how much time was left?
Just like 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it was different. It's different if there's blood all over the place. I've been getting fucked up the whole fucking fight, but no one was bleeding. No one was really hurt. No one had gotten hurt in that fight. Like, he took me down. I got back up. Like, it wasn't. I think the referee got more into the aspect of people screaming and the slamming and that. It wasn't like it was a blood gushing fight. Like, the fight was neutral the entire time. Like, we were both lighting you. Like, so no one really landed any punches.
At that point, you were in close. Either in or close to survival mode.
No, I wasn't hurt. Like I wasn't fucking hurt. I got rocked. I'm like, yeah, man, you get rocked in fucking fights. Like I got rocked. I got hit with a good punch. I was far from fucking out. Like I got rocked and I fell over and I was waiting. I'm like, he's gonna start coming. He's gonna start punching. I'm gonna have to start grabbing. I'm just gonna hold on to him. Maybe try to fucking get up. But I knew the time. I knew I was still alert to where the time was. So I was like, all right, man, just 10 seconds. I'm like, just right. We're gonna ride or something. Get up and get the second round. I'm like. But you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's the interesting part is like you can always tell if somebody's actually hurt. I mean, the perfect example being Kahim Murray. Like you just said, Chip wanted you to finish it. Like, dude, you landed one more. Like that shot on the ground was.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's how you can tell. Like he wasn't there.
But you have to like let the fight play out. You're not like again, like I said, and I remember I've read a thing of what Dominic Cruz was saying about him. He goes, he puts too much into like not the safety, but like puts himself in there when he's refereeing.
Yeah, right.
Like. And my thing was, especially against the guy that I fought, like he was 5-0 with 5 knockouts. So you're just like, oh, if he hits him and he falls over, fight's fucking over. I'm like, no, you can't think like that. Yeah. But they let that, like referees let that happen in the Nate Diaz fight. Nate Diaz got kicked 15 fucking times. His leg was hurt. He turned his back on his opponent and he turned away. Fight's over.
Right.
But they let him go on because what? He's Nate Diaz, bro. He does shit. He does shit. Yeah. No, if that was anyone else, they turned their back and the fight went like this, the fight would have been over and everyone would have been okay justifying that. But they let Nate, that's cheating. You can't allow, like, oh, well, this guy has a tough chin, so even when he's dying, I'm going to let him die.
Yeah,
like,
right.
No, that's not, you can't, because that's not your job to do that. Your job is to judge everyone equally. But like, even like Robbie Lawler. Remember when Tyron Woodley knocked out Robbie Lawler? And they let Robbie Lawler get hit 8 more times. Like, why? Oh, because Robbie Lawler comes back from getting shot in the face. Like, that doesn't matter, dude. If that was someone else, he goes out, they go out, they get hit 3 times. Like, no, let Robbie keep getting hit. But you can't judge the fighter on what they should do or what you're known for them to doing. Like that's cheating.
That's interesting.
The referee should be flat across the board. If a guy gets kicked 12 times a leg and he turns his back, fight's over.
Yeah.
End of story. No one will be judged that. But Nate Diaz, people like, nah, Nate does that shit. He turns his back.
Do you think when that was happening in that moment that Nate was saying, I'm done?
Yeah.
I thought that too. And then
Nate was like, fuck y'all. Motherfucker turned his back and fuck this.
So what's going on in Nate's head?
Yo, what the fuck? Like, he didn't know what to do. He like, should I like? It was the most awkward. He did it like 3 times. I'm saying like, yo, fight should be over. Like, this is be over. I was trying to get mad. Nate Diaz felt, fuck you, man. You ain't shit. You got cut for the UFC anyway.
When we get advanced enough, we'll have to pull that up on the TV.
That's the next
step. And he just like walked away and goes, fuck this shit. No.
Was your referee in that Trevor Peake fight? Was that Keith Peterson?
Yeah.
Did he smell like booze and cigarettes?
No, I'm not going to say that. But he is a fucking. He's an idiot of a ref. He's like an idiot of a referee. I'm like, oh, dude. And I watched that. I went back and I was like, okay, I'm not going to just judge this from my view. I'm going to watch more. I watch more. He has a tendency for doing that. Like he like doesn't know how to judge the fight. The referee. He doesn't know how to. His judgment on what's going on is really bad.
He got neck tattoos too.
Dude, right? You watch some fights, like you watch guys like so that same night, what's his name? Nate the Train fought. And they were Nate Landwehr, he's in the UFC. Oh, he fought that same night. I was watching this fight in the back. They beat the living shit out of each other.
We were watching.
I watched them fight like this is awesome. Like they beat the shit out of each other. I mean, they were falling and stumbling and falling back, and spit was falling. And I'm like, and they let it go because that's a fucking fight.
And at the pro level, like, yeah.
And the thing is, and this is the thing. I'm like, it's not like I'm like some beginner fighter. I'm like a former UFC fighter. Hey, you're a UFC ref, and this guy's supposed to be like UFC caliber. So let the fucking fight happen. Don't be like, oh, he got hit. Oh, God, I have to save him. This isn't a fucking amateur fight. Let the fucking. In fact, there were pro fights that night where they let people get beat the fuck up.
Was he the ref?
No, there's another referee. So like I just didn't get that. Like I was like that just kind of. But I held on to it for like a week, and then I pissed it out and flushed it out and told it.
There we go.
And now, did you watch his Contender Series fight?
Yeah, that's a tough fight. I mean, Trevor Peake's he's a tough fucking dude. I still think I could have beat him. I still think I was going to come out in the second round and beat him. But, you know, I could have, would have, should have, you know. everyone, I always tell people like I hate saying that. I be telling people like yo, no, Michael. When I was playing Michael Jordan, you know, if the fourth quarter went at an extra 3 seconds, I mean, I could have got the ball back and scored it. Like, like that's the dumbest shit to say. Yeah. You can't say that shit. Like,
so what would you like? So looking back on that fight, it was clear to me that he was coming in hard, and you were piecing him up when. Are you all right over there?
I'm good. My phone almost slid off. I didn't want it to.
You were piecing him up. Like when technique was on your side, power was obviously he was hitting as he was throwing everything into every punch. What would you like kind of change?
So when he poked me in the eye, I shouldn't have said anything. It went into my eye and it hurt, but I forgot. I got poked. I wanted to stop just to make sure it's okay, but I forgot the referee did tell us you get poked in the eye. I'm bringing the doctor because he blitzed. I got his timing and I jabbed. I double jabbed and I jabbed again. He poked me in the eye. So I was just starting to get. And then when we separate again, he got like he does a good job of exploding the targets. He's really like the counters just weren't right there because it's you have to like get timing to get that like this off. So I mean, there's multiple different things. Like my whole plan was to kind of take it a little bit slow, and I think I should have like balanced out the timing a little bit better on that. But like I said, I did get tired. Like you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna get tired. It's tired. When my motherfucker swinging at you, and he picked me up, he slammed me down. I remember I got taken down. Like, all right, this is cool.
That was a nice slam.
I
hated seeing it.
He was so explosive. I'm like, God damn, motherfucker. Like I felt comfortable. I didn't feel threatened. I never felt threatened the whole fight. I just knew that there's danger. I had to understand there's a lot of things. He's throwing, he's springing, fucking barking and shit. So like he was doing a bunch of shit, dude. It was really intense. I thought I was intense. I'm like, God damn, but he was a cool dude. Like I said, I don't. It's not like it's him. Like you don't take anything away from the fighter. Like it's not like he was like like you used as much home court advantage as you can. I think like I think the home advantage kind of played into the referee's decision to stop the fight or whatever. But like you do that, and he did.
Have you ever benefited from that? You think?
Yeah, you definitely benefit from it. Yeah. I mean, like, I've never. Chip Snyder had thumbs up to Chip. Chip don't give a fuck. Chip let me kill people. Chip to be sitting like this. Guys, how many times have you seen? I think Chip Snyder's picture on Facebook is him diving on me, saving me from like when I got Antonio Castillo. Because when I get people, I just gonna keep going. So I was pounding him out, and Chip had to jump like, "Yo, fucking psycho!" like jump on me. Yeah. So like, I've never seen Chip stop a fight too early. Like he's always let fights go. I mean, like
pro,
amateur. He stop him. I don't think there's a such thing as stopping fights too early as amateur.
No,
you're an amateur. You're an amateur, dude. That I give him as a pro. Like
I can think of one.
Tell me, say it. Stop being scared. You scared? You scared of Chip?
No. Dude, I love Chip. I can't give me time to think of what.
What the fuck, man? God, we ain't got time for it. It's late as hell. I gotta go leave in like 2 minutes. Let's go.
We're getting Chip in here, by the way.
Yeah, get Chip here. Chip's gonna sit here like this. Like, yeah, tell me when I fucked up.
Yeah.
No,
that's fantastic. I can't think of one that ended early.
I totally.
I think there was a fight with Foddy one time where I thought Foddy wasn't out. I think that was a pro fight though. I think if Foddy wasn't out.
Marcus Williamson.
I didn't see that one. Sheldon?
No, it was Marcus Williamson and dude from Ohio. Can't think of.
Obviously didn't matter that
Danny
much to
Palm.
you.
Look up Marcus Williamson.
Danny Palm, pull that up.
Obviously didn't matter that much to you. You can't think of his name. Didn't keep you up at night.
No, I'm just saying. Marcus Williamson was like. It was a flash knockdown. It wasn't like
the black dude, Marcus Williamson. Yeah,
that was early.
But yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
just let it go. And that was advanced amateur too. So
yeah,
that was the only one I can think of that was.
Like you make mistakes. Like I mean, like you have to. You make mistakes. That's why I say with this whole thing, I'm like whatever. But what's his name again?
Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson. He has a pattern.
Yeah.
Like remember when Herb Dean accidentally stopped the fight with Robbie Lawler, and he was like all upset about like, oh fuck, like you know what I mean? Like, but with Terry Peterson, it's a pattern with him. That's his. And that's what
his neck tattoo.
And that's what Dominic Cruz was saying. Dominic Cruz like, dude, it's a pattern. And then you cause it's like judging. Like this judge is a bad fucking judge. He fucks fights up all the time. That becomes a pattern. You can fuck with people's careers and shit. Like, I was talking to my little brother because I know for sure Shaka has been robbed by judges. Clearly robbed 3 times as a pro. Ugh. 3 fucking times. Like clearly, I'm like, that's brutal. A fucking robbery. Like not like, oh, that was kind of close. No, like that's a fucking robbery. Like major robbery. Like major, like that's a robbery. Like to the point that I want to go like fucking stump a judge out in the parking lot robbery. Because you're taking money and you're saying people's careers. But every loss, you set back 3 fights. You have to correct those things. So like I mean, like Shock was like, not fun, huh? I'm like, no, that shit's not. It's a really. I was talking with Dempsey about it. I'm like, it's a really frustrating thing because there's nothing you can do. What can you do? Like, what? Shut the fuck up and move on.
That's it. Take your next fight.
Yeah, take the lump and
like move on.
And the booze and cigarettes comment was Dominic Cruz said that about Keith Peterson when he stopped his fight earlier. He was like, he stopped it early and he smelled like booze and cigarettes. He's not very professional. That's awesome.
I mean, being a referee is a hard job. If I was a referee, people would hate me because I was just letting you get. You did, yeah?
He did.
He did. Oh,
well, you're.
I'll call her back.
You're the one that always says, like, my job is to kill you. The ref's job is to keep me from killing you.
Right. Not to make sure I don't hurt you. It's my job is to make sure I don't kill you. Like if you get people get like, you know, like if you get choked unconscious and shit, stop. But like, I mean, like you've seen the fights. You're like, yo, like think about they would have stopped that Pat Barry fight.
That's what I was going to say. I was just going to say
that fight should have been stopped though, because Pat Barry did the Stipe where his like leg buckled. I mean, Chuck Congo did the Stipe. He buckled and fell back, rolled and kept going. But let the fight keep going because he just kept moving. He got moving enough. Like you got to like let the fight keep going. Shit. So
that fight, Congo Barry.
I saw that.
I was
live, like right there.
I think we all was.
Wow. So you're not real. You're not real.
I'm not even a real fan, bro. I'm a casual.
Was that casual? Were you in Pittsburgh then?
No.
Were you at WVU?
Yep, that was just before.
I was forever ago. Yep. I was still amateur then because I remember I met what's his name? Nate Diaz's boy. What's his name? He doesn't fight anymore.
Gilbert Melendez?
Yeah, I remember I was like, I got a picture of Gilbert Melendez and shit. Like,
I got a picture of me and Nick out. I went to.
Wait, no. That wasn't the Gilbert Melendez one. That was the other UFC one. Never mind. Keep going.
I went out. My wife and I somehow convinced my wife to fly out to Seattle with me to go to UFC on versus 4. The card was awesome. Like BJ Penn was on it. It was like a ridiculous card. And Nate Diaz, that's when he fought Benson Henderson for the title.
All right.
So this card was awesome. So I convinced my wife, hey, let's make a trip. Let's go out to Seattle. So I stay in. We get up early the next morning, Sunday morning. We're pretty close to the Space Needle. I'm outside. I used to smoke. I was outside having a cigarette. No.
Cigarettes. Crack.
Cigarettes.
Why be a wife? You're gonna smoke. Might as well do the whole thing. Like, that's the Ed Lattimore quote.
It's either
if you're gonna smoke, make sure it's crack. Don't be no softy.
so I'm outside having a cigarette, and some dude taps me on the shoulders, like, "Hey, you know where I can get a cab?" And I was like, "Well, you can go." And it's Nick Diaz.
That's beautiful.
He must have like hooked up with a girl or something.
Nice.
And
he was just getting weed.
Yeah, no, either one.
It was in the morning. Like he was
probably getting weed.
Still getting weed.
He probably getting weed. You don't know. He was getting weed.
People were getting weed from him. He's like a dispensary.
Now, back then, like, he was just a regular guy. Like weed wasn't legal back then. Yeah, but weed wasn't.
Yeah. But I think Seattle's kind of
lax.
A free.
Not back then. The world. You're talking about 30 years ago.
It was a different ballgame.
There was a different world back then.
It wasn't.
You get it. They were still doing stop and frisk for fucking weed back then. Like there's a different world now, dude. That was easily 10 years ago. Easily.
That was 10 years ago.
The world was so different back then. There was no social media. There was no Instagram. There was no Facebook. People weren't on Facebook talking about smoking weed and shit. Now they are.
I posted it was Facebook.
Was it Facebook?
I mean, not as much as today.
But
early
Facebook
days.
used to be for college kids.
Right.
I remember my boyfriend, like, you gotta fit the fuck out of here. I literally said, I ain't do that shit. Let me do look at my phone all fucking day.
Do you remember MySpace was the first?
Oh,
one?
absolutely.
I still have a MySpace. I have modeling pictures.
That's awesome.
Isn't it like
is
a music thing now?
Yeah,
turned
because
into
that's
music,
what happened.
yeah.
Because like it just started to do music stuff. Like a platform for music.
Napster, remember Napster?
I was
I
the
started
perfect. Yeah, I was
You
like the
started-
perfect age at that time because it was like MySpace when I was in high school, and then when I went to college, Facebook started
starts,
getting
you
so
were
it's like
doing it,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. It was like 2008, 7, 8.
And Pittsburgh, like I've never caught on with Twitter, dude. Like
I did Twitter for a little bit. Then my Twitter got hacked. Then I
That's
stopped
the-
it.
yeah,
then I
that's-
tried to
that's
get
not
back.
good.
Somebody hacked my Twitter. and
Selling
shit.
PlayStations through your Twitter.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, fuck. Some like.
wait,
some,
you
like,
saw it?
No, I was kidding.
somebody, but he was like some gamer over in like the UK. Some kid.
A
Like,
lot of fighters
if I
got
find
targeted.
it, I'm like, yo, the fighters get hacked
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Like, that's the one person I want to find and strangle on live TV.
to catch a troll.
Nah, that's the killer.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit!
To
Come on,
hack a
come on, stop!
troll.
He's dying. It was just
Ladies
so
and gentlemen,
irritating.
he's named Death Star for a reason.
I was like, no,
On the next
but
episode.
yeah. All right, let's get the fuck out. I gotta pee.
All right, dude. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being our first guest here at the new podcast studio. Get your tickets. Khama Worthy will be in the main event against Josh Roller and Brawl in the Berg 14, October 22nd. 247fighting.com is where you can buy your tickets. You can stop by the Academy. Khama's there like 24/7, except for the
fucking
times
day.
he's not there.
Free sparring.
So you can get
Sparring
them
is
from
free.
him. Sparring is free. and which camera am I looking at? There's a fight this weekend. It's going to be massive. It's
Yes.
going to be awesome. You gotta get your tickets. Brawl in the Park 13 in Monroeville. Saturday, October 1st, 7 p.m. start time. Doors open at 6. Be there, be square. Tickets again at 247fighting.com.
I'll be commentating.
Let's go.
Won't I be? Will I be commentating?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
gonna start the commentating.
you'll be in the third. Yeah,
Third
we'll
fighter.
figure something out.
We're
Who
gonna
else
have
supposed to
fun
be
with
there?
this one.
Who's the other fighters you got?
Edwin Vera is going to do it, and Bobby Murda, Ferdoz Naeem.
Nah, man. I'll be like, I'm telling you, yo, man, I'm gonna jump in right over there. Give me a hand. Say, scoot over, man. Yeah,
In the middle
do that. Right, scoot over, dog. I'm like, yo, get the
Dude, I
fuck
thought
out
you
of
had
here.
to pee, bro. Like,
I
come
did
on.
have to pee. I'm
He's
talking
peeing right now.
I'm about to pee right in your new.
There is a puddle.
Like,
What's the yellow puddle?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining. This was sick. Khama, obviously, an awesome first guest. Thanks for joining us again, Khama.
Yeah.
Fight Saturday. See you guys next time on the podcast.
Peace.